Arudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing, high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Transition over. They'll never see anything else. There we go. I don't think we're going to need the VTT today, but I've got it set up. Or do I? They can totally hear us talking now. I love it. And she got the first super chat. So, oh my God. What is happening? All right, well, we're going to get a chance to catch up to YouTube because I can see there's like an 8-hour delay. There's the Moonskull logo. All right, welcome back, everyone. I had to cut the video short before the death rattle thing started back up because I knew how to do overlays, but I apparently don't know how to make video that goes full screen and only turns into a little tiny lozenge size. If you know how to use DaVinci Resolve and you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying not to swear like a sailor in the first few minutes. Welcome, everyone, to the Shattered Sigil, which is our roughly named Eberron campaign. If you're here for Eberron, welcome. Love to have you. One of my favorite settings of all time. If you're here for Dungeons & Dragons Eberron, you should stay. This is not Dungeons & Dragons. That system is inferior for Eberron, and it cannot simply handle the pulp nature of Eberron. Eberron is not I hit, I miss. Oh my God, ouch. I take 5,000 hit points. We are playing Savage Worlds Adventure Edition Eberron. It is an official conversion done by one of my friends, Christian Serrano, and blessed and crossed off with a forward by Keith Baker, the man himself. And with that, let's catch up on, we got returning players, we've got a new player. We're going to go around whichever wonky way my direction is. No, I point the wrong direction. We'll do this. Frost, welcome back. Good to see you back in the action, and not back in the saddle, but I guess back in the forge.
Yeah, back somewhere here. I'm happy to be here, and it was not my fault that this sigil got shattered. I don't know who did it. I'm looking at everyone else. It was not my fault, I don't think. I hope. Wait. Can that be my background?
Stuff last campaign.
Hey, I brought the fire that ended the world. Well, saved the world and ended us. Yay! I make good choices.
That is true. I mean, you guys, you only set things on fire. It's okay. All of you chose to set things on fire. Mega Reacts, you are our newest player. We're going to get you jumped in the right way instead of making you wait till dead last, because that is silly. We're going to go top to bottom because I prefer tops, not bottoms.
I can agree with that. Very happy to be here. Haven't got to play a game in a hot minute, so not running a game and playing a game is always a nice little break, and I'm happy to be here. Don't know a ton about Eberron. It's been about 20 years since I've been in that setting, but I'm excited to play, and hopefully I can bring something fun and cool to the game.
Yeah, outstanding. No, I'm glad to have you. It's always good to have someone who at least is familiar with Eberron. And then, like I said, we're going to teach everyone Eberron as we go forward from here. Let's move down one level to Sendragon, whom I always want to refer to his real name because Sendragon is way too many syllables. Welcome back, man.
Thanks. I thought we were doing Forgotten Realms, so I have to change my whole mindscape. No, seriously, I love Eberron. Super happy to be doing Denison Eberron, so I'm happy to be here. Glad to be back, and even against Scott's probably judgment, maybe he's lacking that he did bring me back. But thanks to Aruda and Scott, yeah, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen.
I will murder your character for being Forgotten Realms. God, I hate that setting. Last but not least, Rhythm. Also, welcome back.
Thank you, Scott. I'm very, very happy to be back. I too am incredibly excited for Eberron. I fell in love with Eberron when it came out back in several years ago, we'll call it, and always excited to play in Eberron. So this is gonna be super dope. And glad as well to be back in the saddle ish with Frost and Sendragon, and really excited to get to play with Mega Reacts.
Yes.
This is gonna be fun as hell. I know it right off the bat.
Yes, we always like new friends, and if no one can tell, I have a deep love for Eberron, and we talked about it a few times on the stream before. I've helped professionally with this setting. I love this setting. I have been playing Uncharted, all of them, and finished them. I finished all of Tomb Raider. I've been watching The Mummy, as well as any pulp movement get my hands on. If the cast hopefully should be too, and so should the viewers. If you want to understand Eberron, you have to understand that you're going to punch Nazi mummies at some point. That's just how the setting works. We're going to jump from airships and ride lightning rails, and fall off of mile-high sky bridges, and the works are there. So a few things about Eberron. I know Rudai has the donation stuff up. Chrysanth is helping out with that. The normal donations, However, if you're doing that $50 level and you don't want to do the Benny or anything else, there's going to be a running, I will show the chat because I know people love visuals. I have created the Pulp Wheel of Fate. And so if you donate that certain right amount, you can pick one of the players to make them roll the wheel, or spin it, I guess. And it is a pulp trope that can happen at the worst possible time at that moment. So say our team is fighting on a sky bridge in Sharn, and the towers of Sharn go miles up in the sky, and you decide, let's spin the wheel, and we happen to land on, ground collapses. Outstanding. Now your adventurers have to figure out what to do in a situation when now they're falling a mile from the ground. So that's how we're going to do it. And like I said, you get to pick the person. Also today, Chrysanth is running. Chrysanth is running all the numbers as I'm making things up on the fly. She'll adjust later and tell them where I was wrong. Also, for this session, I know character creation can be super boring to watch because it's like it's punctuated discussions and then lulls of silence. So I have an Eberron trivia poll that Chrysanth is running for me out of the goodness of her heart because she's awesome. It's going to come with 4 choices. It starts from really super easy to some more advanced knowledge of Eberron. Go ahead and cast your vote in there. Some of the questions I'm going to ask for an advanced answer, and I will tell you now, the first person who can get the advanced answer within a reasonable amount of time, meaning you're not using AI or Googling it, if you honestly know Eberron, we will make a note of that, and I will reach out to you, and I want you to have some awesome fun because you obviously know the setting, and you're going to help move the plot.
Very cool.
Yes. Is there anything else I forgot? This is the world's longest intro, but this is the world's funnest intro. Oh, I do have Paul Farrell. I don't know. Speaking 5 languages has broken my English. 6626. He has been a member for 14 months, and he has told you guys, pain and suffering for the GM. How dare you, sir? I will not suffer. Close calls for the players, laughs and entertainment for the chat and replay crew. Yes, it's always great to see that. Eberron, this will be the one game where we're going to see hopefully a lot of chat and a lot of back and forth because nothing lets you do the craziness that I'm used to in gaming than Eberron. It's basically Shadowrun, Cyberpunk, Call of Cthulhu, and Indiana Jones and the Mummy all rolled into one setting for me. I see with that, I see Chrysanth typing, but I'm going to give her a second. So for you 4, I know you guys have some cursory knowledge of it. I know Rhythm and Sendragon, you guys said you played Eberron before. Frost, you're a newbie to Eberron, I believe, correct?
I played in it before. I played in like 4 different campaigns in it. So
Okay.
it's newbie-ish, I don't know.
I'm going to guess that most people run Eberron like they run Forgotten Realms, which is such a shame. It really is.
The first time we ran it, it was basically a death fest. In the first 2 months of playing it, 11 people died. Their characters died. So, and four people quit the campaign. So it was.
Oh,
How many got run over on trains?
None.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. If you're not jumping to a train, on a train, or from a train, or getting hit by the lightning rail at some point, you have not played Eberron correctly.
In Eberron, the trains run on time.
They do run on time because they have they have a whole house dedicated to fascist-like devotion. Although that house had a few problems during the last war, which is why the airships were invented, much to the chagrin of House Orion. House Linder had their airships come online, built by Zalargo, using the soarwood from Arenal. As you can tell, I'm an Eberron nerd. We're going to learn deep lore. So the chat cannot see. I'm going to switch over to the VTT for the chat if they want to see the world of Eberron. Hopefully everyone goes with us. Oh my God, I actually figured out these goddamn overlays. All right, so for the chat, if you don't know Eberron, this is the world of Eberron. This is a factual accounting by House Civis. House Civis are a bunch of fascist gnomes. And when I say fascist, I do mean fascist. They are spy masters. Gnomes aren't weaklings in Eberron. The party will discover that as we go along, and so will you. Gentlemen, are you ready to start building your characters?
Ready?
I am ready.
Nothing would make me more happy.
Okay, so let's do this. You guys should have access to your individual character sheets. You should only see your character sheets. Hopefully that's a true statement.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Also in the journal section, I have some campaign items for you guys. And so it's like across Eberron. And it's little images of things to show you like, oh, okay, well, here's some of the stuff that's in there, like the different religions and the dragon marks and what they do. I'll be putting those up on the screen for the viewers as well. And so they can say, oh, this is what the different dragon marks are. There's 13 dragon marks. There's 12 dragon marks. There's technically 13, but we'll get into why there's not a 13th anymore. They also do genocide. The calendar is a little confusing because it's a true fantasy calendar. And so this campaign will start on the 28th day of Zarantir, which is midwinter. There are also 12 moons and there are 12 planes of existence. Well, technically 13 planes of existence, but there was also 13 moons, but 13th moon also doesn't exist anymore. And one of the planes of existence has been cast out of coterminous ability with Eberron. All the nerd things we're going to talk about. You can do this all day long. All right, so let's do this. The first thing you guys need to decide on, and we talked about this before with the four of you. I honestly don't care what you do. If you want an easy out, the four of you can be refugees from Syria. And in case you're listening and you think it's Sire or Syrian or Sarani or whatever, I use Keith Baker's pronunciation. It is in fact called Syria. That was the name of the nation that was destroyed during the last war. The Khorvaire, which is the continent to the upper left, was divided into 5 human nations. There was a king, and he gave each one of his kids one of the nations as sort of a starter set for how to be a king or a queen. Syria was ruled by his daughter, who was the eldest, and the rightful heir to the crown of Galifar. However, people felt some kind of way about that, so they had a big war that lasted over 100 years. And the war has just ended where our character will be picking up. It's been over for about 4 years. Treaties only been in place for 2 years. And there's a lot of hatred and animosity. There's a lot of spycraft going on, and it's not right. If you want to understand Eberron at the time we're playing it in 998, think post-World War I Europe, and right about late 1920s and late to 1938. So you get that weird position where the world is still kind of gearing up for another war, but everyone's doing their best to hold the fragile peace together. And someone already put out, Paul Farrell put up the $50 to the floating curse to rhythm. All right, so we're going to keep track of the floating curse to who it goes to. What?
Did you guys lose Scott?
Wait,
no.
I got him.
Nope.
See him.
Oh, thank God. Sendragon, what are you doing? All right. So with that being said, you don't need to be from Syria. I have background stuff for every nation you can think of. If you have a question about a nation, do you guys want me to zoom in on, let me zoom in on Khorvaire so everyone knows, like, oh, I'm not just, you guys want to just pick shit out of your asses. Goodbye.
That's why I went Warforged. I can avoid all of that for the most part.
Yeah, you're kind of, for you, your nation of interest is going to be mostly like, where did you fight? Which is, we'll talk about that. If you go with the Siri, then you're there on the front lines as it all ended. So, gentlemen, that's the first thing we're gonna discuss. Also, for people at home, we're gonna have a little bit. This is a different interaction in player creation. I have a lot of questions, and they're gonna be building characters based off those questions and whatnot. I'm trying to touch my nose because it's a bad habit, but man, I'm dying. So, what did you guys want to do? Do you want to play the Syri refugees, or do you really want to have that openness where one of you might be a Braylander, one of you might be from Karnath and Aundare? If you have a question about the different nations that you're looking at on Khorvaire, please ask and I will answer them. If you want to know kind of what they're about, I will also answer that for you if you're not familiar.
So Casimir is originally, because he's about 80 something. He's originally, his family is from Krona Peak. He was born basically the year.
I'm not planning to be. I mean, I wasn't born in Sierra, but my background is that I was.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can hear me. Maybe
Rob, I don't think you can hear anybody. Someone in the chat.
You right off.
Someone in the chat tell Sandragon to stop talking and reboot.
Can you hear anybody, Sandragon?
Oh, there he goes. So he was originally from Krona Peak. He's about 80. He was born, I think I said the year before the Morarholds took their independence or declared their independence. But then getting tired of being used as a workhorse by his previous patron, he moved to Syria about 10 years ago and was working and enjoying himself there until, horrible things happened down there. And Syria's no longer there.
That is a true statement. So I got John Gordon 2535 with a 49.99, a floating blessing to Mega. That sounds made up. I no.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I denounce you. Positive person.
Mega, I'll trade you. I'll trade you.
No.
Man. So for your dwarf, for Casimir, since you have your name, if you're from the Morarholds, is that where you were? Is that where you grew up, and that's your is that your cultural background?
Yeah. He was born there, and he's technically, I suppose, part of the, what are they called? The Roran, Anon clan. that clan. I don't remember what it was. The clan names were. Yeah. It is Mournland, right?
Yeah.
Mournland. I don't know if there's a specific pronunciation.
Yeah, they've got a few things. Okay, so let's talk. Put a pin in that background, because your backgrounds do give you. I'm giving you guys. You guys are going to start with extra edges and abilities and things like that. Just based on your backgrounds, because I need the campaign to reflect. Okay, so we've got Frost wants to play a dwarf who originally grew up in Morarholds, and then you were in Seer for some reason during the last war. We'll pause there. Rhythm.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for a background nationality?
So originally, I'll be playing a human of House Orion.
Okay.
And originally from Passage, so from like our kind of central area here in Khorvaire. However, I spent the majority then of my adulthood working for the house, as one does when you're part of it. After earning my mark, I worked actually in the Syrian area primarily on the rail, as I essentially as like the thought is kind of like a sky marshal, but for the rail system. Because during the war, there was a lot of stuff that outsiders would do to the rail system that we needed to make sure didn't happen to the rail system.
Yeah, you guys lost a lot of trains.
Yeah, it was a bunch of BS, and we needed to figure out a way to. Part of my job was to make sure that didn't happen as much as possible. So same situation around when the bad thing happened, when the morning happened to Seer. And now Now, coming out of that, I imagine if we're all going to be from that area, then we're all kind of survivors of whatever happened.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Really, so Siri is your national heritage.
So, what was that? Aundarin, because that's where Passages is in.
Yeah.
is in
Okay. So I'm
Aundair.
sorry. So your formative years were in Aundair.
Correct. So
Okay.
I was born in Passage
Okay.
to the family, right? Eventually, I earned a mark during what is it called? The I'm now going to blank on it. The testing, essentially,
the rite of Sybaris.
the rite of Sybaris. Yep. During that,
I'm a goddamn nerd.
and when I earned my mark, that's when I was officially recognized as like, yep, you're not only part of the house, but you're going to be working for this specifically. And what I manifested was like, yep, you're working on the train.
Okay.
So that's what I've been
Awesome.
doing.
Okay.
That's what I came to
Awesome.
do.
All right, nice. When we get to your edges and stuff, we're going to talk about your dragon mark. There's some specifics that I always put in play for dragon marks. Cool. Let me get to some more super chats real fast, and I'll get to the other two of you guys. I'm sorry, things are actually flying in. Someone named Chrysanthemum Mum. She popped $40 to say, since the curse and blessing are giving out 1 Benny each to Frost and Sendragon.
What the hell, Chrysanth?
I don't know. She randomized this, and then Paul Farrell comes back with a $20 snap and says a Benny for Frost. Already, he doesn't need bennies. He's a dwarf. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. And for the first poll, what continent is home to the 5 nations and most core Eberron campaigns? And the answer, with 74% of people getting correct, was Khorvaire. Well done. And the second one is coming up because I want to get it. So for this one, it's going to come up as soon as Chrysanth pops it in the chat. It's going to be the last war officially ended with what agreement? And then if you can tell me the 2 primary outcomes of the ending of the last war, the first one to do both things correctly in chat, we will get your name recorded. All right, Chrysanth will have that up in a minute. All right, next up we'll go Sendragon. You played before. You have a pretty good knowledge of this place. Where are you thinking that you're from? Where did you grow up for your formative years?
Yeah, so
Eberron?
I'm thinking Adar because I'm playing the Kalistar, which means I've been bonded with this quarry spirit. Through my generationally. So I have it's not like a strong connection, but I have this like thing in my head. But I most recently spent time in Seer. I was also involved with the spending time on the rails and stuff and doing some I don't know, like roguish type work. But I kind of have I basically have some memory loss since the war and have some issues, and the quarry spirit's not really helping me because my connection with it is I don't always realize that it's exactly what it is. Sometimes I feel like it's like I feel like it's my brother who died in the last war talking to me, so.
Okay. All right. And yeah, we'll get to that too. You and I've had a conversation too about what the quarry spirits are and how they really affect the Kalistar as a people. All right.
They're monsters. We all know it. They're monsters.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
My dwarf may have some strong opinions on things, and he drinks a lot, so this will be entertaining.
And last but not least, our virgin to Eberron, for the most part. Mega.
I have put the tip in once, so I'm not a true virgin.
That's all it counts. You soaked. You're an Eberron LDS.
Exactly. So I'm thinking I've spent most of my time in Thrain, where I spent most of the war killing members of the Silver Flame and various temples, burning them down, and just going full, psycho mode. Okay.
So born in the air quotes.
Well,
in
I wasn't
Siri,
born there, but that's where I spent most of my time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You produced in Siri, artifice, and then pushed immediately out to the front lines. Okay. How close to the end of the war were you born?
I'm thinking maybe 5 to 10 years tops. So
5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
But
All
you
right,
can change that to whatever works best. I'm not sold or locked into any particular background for the Warforged, other
Okay.
than how he came about his faith or his
Yes.
questioning of
Yes.
what really is out there.
We will get to that because that is amazing. Okay, so let's see. I need an Aundare for Aundare. You are going to gain you get a +1 to all academic rolls. Because for those not tracking, Aundare is the home of Harry Potter University. It's the Arcanics. It's a giant floating university of spellcasters. And they maintain multiple floating citadels. That's where they train and where they produce most of their magic. They had the wand forces during the war. They rode magical creatures, the whole thing out. Most of the mage-bred creatures also come from the Aundare region.
That's why we're
and Aundare is closest, really. I think it's more French than anything else. So there you go. Yeah, where we go.
It's basically the reason why we are better than all of you.
That's a true statement. That is a true statement.
Spoken like a dragonmarked.
Right? Just vicious.
Aren't you thinking of doing the same thing, Mr. Old Guy there?
Thought about it, but he went a different route.
You went a more viperous route. Let me make sure there's no super chats before we do the rest of these. Nope. No. And people are close, but not exactly valid. Okay. Oh, Meta, I need you to put those answers together. Just condense all of your answers into the one sentence of the two things that are good, and you may be the one. Oh my gosh, sorry. So for Thrain, having spent most of your time in Thrain, you're going to get a +1 to anything involving religion.
Ooh.
Because of the nature of Thrain. And if no one really understands Thrain is a hyper-religious nation. They don't worship the sovereign host. The sovereign host is there, but their main deity is essentially Joan of Arc. She surrendered herself to the Silver Flame and destroyed a bunch of demons, and that's the Silver Flame shtick. They believe in killing evil, murdering evil, exorcising evil, and destroying evil in any particular order. And the good news is everyone seems to enjoy that. The bad news is that evil can mean things like were creatures. And if you're a shifter, that means you have were creature blood in you. And the Silver Flame actually had a fun little, jihad against the shifters and tried to murder all of them, along with doppelgangers. That also means changelings. The Thrainites are a little genocidal, and they get a little religiously excited about murdering things. And the clerics of Thrain are exorcists by nature. That's just what they do. They seek to cast out evil in all its forms. So don't think exorcist like power of Christ compels you. That's only one part of it. It's also stabby stab, bash your goddamn skull in because I need to let all the evil up out of your body because you think wrong. And that is Thrain. And we're going to add a little more thing. I'll add a few more things to you guys. Let's see. We had someone from the Maror Holds, our dwarf from the Maror Holds. You are going to be able to have a +1 on the thievery. Anytime you need to deal with any kind of security, it's a +1. The big reason for that is, for the viewers, is because the Moorhold dwarves are the ones who manifest the mark of security, and it is from House Kundarak, and they lock things down. Also, the dwarves are the ones who built a giant ass floating prison out in the middle of a stormy nowhere. So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, and I know you millennials are, just think of that prison, and it's a real place in Eberron where they put the worst of the worst in the nation, and it is built and maintained by the dwarves from House Kundarak. And last but not least, our little Kalishtar from Sarlona. You're going to have a +1 to survival. because of the nature of your people, because you may have been born there, but like many Kalishtar, you are on the run from, well, we can leave that for a secret.
Really bad stuff.
Really bad stuff. Bad stuff that comes for you. Now, the good news is you don't dream, Kalishtar. Well, you do, but your dreams don't go into Dalkor. However common the rest of your companions, except for the Warforged, when they dream, they do get to wander into the plane of dreams, which is where the bad things can do bad touches to them. But Kalishtar, you don't do that because of your quarry inside of your head. But we're going to get into all of that lore. So for those not tracking, the Sendragon's character was born on a continent far away called Sarlona. And Sarlona is where the original homeland of the humans were before they came and played colonizers with Khorvaire and beat the dog piss of everyone else that was here and won.
Welcome everyone else.
And civilized it. And then the houses came along. So that's kind of the thing that happened. That's where it is with that. Those are your nations. Okay. Let me see if I need anything else. I've got a few more gifts for you guys. Did two things: Emancipation of the Warforged. This was your Galifar. Yes, meta you. Well done. That is correct. That was the big principles of the end of the last war and the Treaty of Thronehold. It officially recognized the shitholes that are Droam, which is a nation led by 3 hags, the daughters of Sora Kel, and all their monster minions. And monsters in Eberron aren't monsters. Evil is millennial reductionist, so all you guys should have a good time with this because evil's not evil. And it recognizes Zelargo, Dargoon, which is the homeland of the goblinoids. Zelargo is the home of the elves or the gnomes. The Valinor is the home of some very terrifying elves. Think Mongol warriors. It recognized the Torrent of Plains for the halflings. It recognized Kabara. It recognizes the Mortar Holds, Eldine Reach's Shadow Marches. And it was the emancipation of the Warforged, who were told, congratulations on being bored to kill. War's over. Get fucked.
Go get a job.
And so you have an entire species of people who only know how to do one thing, and that's hurt other things. And they're not even real people. So well done, man.
Did that also make it basically like illegal to use the forges for creating
We're not going to argue. Droam is in a I think Droam is considered the Palestine. I think that's a fair. Droam is a nation that is being built up recently. I think that's a fair one to say it.
Okay,
but yes,
TV Titan. Yeah, it was okay.
Yes,
they're not allowed to make any new Warforges. Though there are some rumors that some people might be toying with making them. Who knows?
Yeah. Do we have anything else?
I think the people in Thrain might disagree about the evil. There's no evil.
No, the Thrain 100% believes in evil, man. They're all in it. Yeah. Drome is really a nation. Drome is really a nation of monsters. It is recognized to a degree, but it's not recognized in any of the. It's in a really weird, precarious situation. There's a really good book series actually that deals with Droam itself. And the daughters of Sora Kel. And it involves, I think that was the one that involved the shifters. I'm not 100% sure on that. There's a lot of books on the damn thing. Yeah, and the Canis. And the Canis split is a big one. But we'll get into that when we start talking about that. Let me see. So sorry. Yeah, sorry, dude. I can lower it down. All right, so here's some other things. I promise you guys your backgrounds are going to matter, and so they're going to matter. For Aundare, you start with either a D4 in academics or a D4 in occult, your choice. Okay, and let me see. Thrain, you start with a D4 in faith or a D4 in persuasion.
Ooh.
Being a Warforged, I'll go with faith. I don't think I'll be very persuasive.
There you go. Roar Holder, you start with a D4 in repair or a D4 in academics. And for the Kalishtar, you start with a D4 in psionics or a D4 in notice, your choice.
Aren't those both?
What?
Does it notice a core skill?
Sorry, it is a core skill. shit. Any core skill needs to be just it's a 1-up. You can take that as a D6. Sorry, I'm
Okay,
retarded.
I'll take a D6 because I get a D4 in psionics as a
Okay.
counter.
Yeah. So you can advance either one of those.
Scion.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, I'm gonna start checking shit off. All right, here are the setting rules that are in play for you guys to make your characters. Born a hero. Now I know Mega, you don't really play Savage Worlds, so that means that you can take at character creation, as long as you meet any of the other requirements, it can be any rank you want. So it can be a seasoned edge, a heroic edge, or a veteran edge, as long as you meet the other requirements of that edge. And so there's that. You guys also are going to have more skill points. So we're starting with 15 skill points because no one in Fantasy Eberron is retarded. You actually are trained and educated. We are using the multiple languages rule from Savage Worlds, which means you get half your smarts die in languages, all at a D6. Common is what everyone's going to speak because you're all here on Khorvaire. If you want to take a language that is weird, and I mean not found in Khorvaire, i.e. Draconic, Drow, Infernal, other weird shit, that's going to cost you language rank points. Like Giant is going to be worth 2 languages, not 1, because it's incredibly rare. You'd have to be a scholar from Wargrave University or something of that ilk to take those languages without penalty. We have normal amount of hindrances, normal amount of attribute points. You got your kills, core skills. For you, Frost, the important one is imbue. Is a skill you have to have for Artificer. It might be imbuing. I'm not sure if they use the gerund or not.
I think it's listed as imbuing.
Imbuing, okay. And then the edges, the only arcane backgrounds allowed are Artificer, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Scion, Soul Knife, and Wizard. That's it. Those are the only ones you guys will be able to see. And for audience clarification, if you have any questions, please ask. And either myself or MetaU is going to be able to jump on that grenade and explain some of those arcane backgrounds to people. And Meta, I already know you kind of have your arcane background chosen, and we'll get into that. And then at the end of this, when we go through, we're going to have, I'll have some questions for you guys based on your characters, and we can talk about a few things, and then we will be done with this madness. So, Savage Worlds always suggests that you start with your character concept, and then you start building from there. Always pick your hindrances before you pick your edges. It's really that it's easier that way. You get your hindrances out of the way, and those are going to give you your bonus points to buy edges or up your attributes or up your skills. Mega. So the hindrances, when you see them, they'll say either minor or major. A minor hindrance is worth 1 point. A major hindrance is worth 2 points. You cannot have any more than 4 points total of hindrances in Savage Worlds.
Understood. Yeah, I've made 2 Savage World characters previously, so I got a little bit of knowledge, but it's not second nature yet.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We'll baby step this. Oh man. Okay. If you guys have any questions, I'm trying not to leave this sitting in utter silence. I also don't want to break your guys' concentration. Chat, do you have any questions about Eberron or what we're doing here, or why Savage Worlds, or
let's put that away here.
Maybe I'll start running. There's another trivia question coming up here pretty soon. Let's see. Last war officially ended with a Treaty of Thronehold, 67%. Chat. Course edicts or something different. Well done. This is good. We're all going to learn together. We're going to learn why the Treaty of Thronehold is super important and why certain people don't obey it.
All right. So I know you said that there's extra skill points, but in Eberron we start with 15 for skill points, correct? Instead of the regular 12 from Savage.
Say again.
For Eberron, right? I know you said we start with extra skill points, but that's
15 total
instead of the base 12. Excellent.
15 total points. Yeah, Meta. I'm using Christian's book, but I had a couple of additives to it. Just because I go, like I said, I go way back with Keith and Christian on this. Like, for instance, for rhythm, he wants to play a house agent. That will be an edge, but that edge also requires a specific hindrance, which is obligations to the house. Because if he violates this, and Meta, I know, knows this, but if Meta or if rhythm decides he goes against his house's wishes, there's small steps the house can take, and then there's the final step the house can take, which is called excoriation. And back in the old days, the house used to try to cut the dragon mark off of your skin, and they figured out that didn't work.
Yeah, it's not as fun as you might think it could be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fun about that.
I mean, I guess it depends on the person. There are those out there that might really like that kind of thing. I'm not going to play one of those.
It's okay. Let me whatever you want. If you have any questions too about anything that's in there, you guys have access to all the edges. I put everything in nice, convenient locations, so it's not a pain in the ass to get to.
So
it's not all
here's a question then for you, Scott. Because of that being a situation that required hindrance, is that going to be a hindrance on top of the character creation hindrances that would work?
That is a hindrance that does not count for you. It only counts against you. Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'll stick with my kind of base idea then. Thoughts that I had going into this.
Yeah, sorry, man. Everything has a choice, and to be an agent of a house is
no need to apologize. Because I
thought about a sign of a house is a little bit different. You just have the mark, and you're a member of the house. But an agent of the house is you're actively engaged in house activities.
Sure, because I had considered already taking obligation to the house, but since that's going to be an added thing, I'm not going to be taking. I'll be choosing something else then in place. Obviously. Oh, thanks.
More obligation.
Oh my God! All right. Oh, Chris, you dumped $40. All right, fine. I'll be nice and give one Benny to Mega and Rhythm. No one needs bennies. No one needs bennies.
Desperately need bennies.
We'll talk about the setting rules. If you were not a fan of hard choices, you are not going to be a fan of this campaign. This is pulp, and the party needs to expect betrayal at a moment's notice, and it's going to be up to them and what form that stuff takes.
Why you got to be like that, man?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I do not crave power and hunger from having to worry about goddamn bennies as a GM. I prefer to really make you guys think, how bad do I need this to succeed? Bad enough to feed the villains, and there will be a lot. King Droth, you're gonna be all right. We're gonna have a good time.
Let's do that.
I'm always so tempted to get bloodthirsty.
Nature.
It's a dangerous one.
I know. That's why I'm tempted. I'm not sold on it. I have gotten loyal as a minor so far. If you're part of my group, man, I'm there for you.
Hell yeah, man.
Nice. That's just coming up blank. That sucks.
I always like that
see
one.
it if it's dragonmarked.
It's not coming up on mine. That's really weird.
Obese would be funny. A big fat warforged.
I think
something went wrong in the production. I don't know.
It would. House Kenneth's arrogance would never allow that. You would have been murdered.
I broke them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but the visual.
Like I said, this is pulp adventure action, so pick things that are gonna make like I said, Indiana Jones and the Mummy, Uncharted. Where the hell are these? Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna be using the fanatic setting rule too, just so you guys are aware. So that's why I also don't need bennies, because if you're encountering one of your evil villain wild cards and they have minions, the minions are about to become bennies.
Maybe Ruthless Miner.
Unarmored Hero is also in play as a setting rule. So you know, and Wound Cap, despite my best instincts, I fucking weep for me, Argentina, about needing to soak 8 wounds. Don't get into a fight.
Okay. Strange, but I'll go with it. So what I'm coming across here, so one of the possible hindrances that I was going to take was, I believe it's called jingoistic. So you just have a
Jingoistic, yeah.
Yeah, jingoistic. That's
Yeah, you're a racist.
In the book, it has it as either a minor or a major hindrance.
Yes.
In the VTT, it only has it as a major hindrance.
That's weird. I wonder if it's just that's from the official too. So I wonder if it's just did you want it as a minor?
I had planned on a minor, and
okay. Let me find it real fast. I can change. No, I can change that
because it just changes from -2 to -4.
There you go. Jingoistic. I don't know why. It says either in here. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay, try it now.
Try what now?
Jingoistic. It can be either now. It defaulted to major for some reason. It was weird.
Let me grab it. I can't.
Yeah. Anyway, jingoistic means Rhythm's character is going to be an asshole. Taking you were not born and raised in Aundare.
Yeah, obviously. Why do you think I've already started playing that way?
Oh, hey, thanks, Meta. The Mournlands. So yes, the Mournland, which was once Ciri, was an amazing place. It was actually, Ciri was the home of House Cannith. It was where House Cannith got its start, which is why Cannith feels some kind of way about what happened, but also makes people very suspicious about, well, House Cannith is a house of artificers. They're building all these weapons of war, and then suddenly our homeland is gone. So yeah, at some point in 994, there was an event. Think of it as some kind of nuclear weapon went off. What was it? No one knows if it was a weapon, an incursion. No one's really certain what happened, but whatever it did, it destroyed Ciri, and it followed national boundaries to a pretty good degree. There's some oddities to those boundaries, though, because it didn't go to the territorial boundaries that Ciri had lost during the war, which is kind of that sliver that you're seeing. And there's a giant wall of mist that goes, you can't fly over the boundary. You can go into it. You can adventure in the Mournland if you want to, except there are terrible stories. The dead walk in the Mournland. Nothing stays dead in the Mournland. There are terrible effects, and there are rumored to be an enclave of Warforged veterans that have been gathering in the Mournland. So that is the Mournland. When you approach it, it really looks like just a wall of horror. There's some pretty good images of it where it's like faces and skulls that are seeping out of the wall, but they're massive. But yeah, you can get into and out of it. There are excursions that will go into the Mournland to try to figure out what's going on. They're sponsored by the houses every once in a while, specifically Cannith. As Meta said, Cannith also, one of the little mix-ups was Cannith was shattered into little branches, and there's a power struggle going on. The houses aren't noble houses, and they're technically not allowed to act as if they were a nation or a noble house, but you think of them as mega corporations. Like, you don't need land when you control all of magic and that everyone uses every day. And so there's some distrust in there. But if you think of the dragonmarked houses as mega corporations, you will understand how they function in Eberron. I think that's pretty much everything for the Mournland. There's a lot of it is mystery, and it's been left to just be made up as we go in the campaign. That was Keith Baker's design intent, was that the Mournland would be up to every group. And he even says, like, our Eberron will not be the Eberron Keith Baker would play. I know that just from being on the podcast with him, and I think he's being mildly saddened that I go the high route of Indiana Jones, Nazi punching on the Emerald Claw versus its wide magic Forgotten Realms. But actually, we got him to do Savage Worlds, and he actually loves it. Where am I? I need to look at. There was $20 dropped by Wilson the Unauthorized. Canadian $20. I don't know what that is. That's 2 pink ones and a yellow one from the board. Sending the Kalistar good dreams. Oh wait, good luck against the Dreaming Dark for Sendragon.
Thank you.
Yo, he's gonna need it. Oh, Wilson, there's another Eberron nerd. That's some good lore. The Dreaming Dark. Rob, do you want to talk about the Dreaming Dark for a second?
Yeah. So basically, Dalcor, this realm of how they consider the dreams, it goes through these cycles, and I think these cycles might be like thousands of years, but I think the current cycle, the primary entity is dark and I guess would be considered probably evil in some ways, maybe many ways. And there's some group there that want to try to hasten the next turn-in of the cycle. Well, everyone will be reborn, and it's like Ilvashatar or something. The new one's supposed to be more light and pleasant and maybe considered good, but so I think like some amount of time ago, 67 or something like that, of these spirits that wanted to try to hasten this, they fled and went to a monastery where these monks had through meditation had honed their minds, and they agreed to adopt these spirits, to take them in, essentially becoming like 2 spirits in one body. And then they found that the children of these monks also got these spirits, but it started to diffuse over time. So maybe the initial monks could have almost a full-on conscious relationship with their spirits, and now it's more of like maybe impulses or images and stuff. It's not nearly as strong of a connection.
Yeah, like you said, it's almost like a Jungian genetic memory at this point of where we are. So yeah, it's grounded. Yes, but the Dreaming Dark is terrifying. Wilson, good on you. The Dreaming Dark is very terrifying for non-Kalistar, but that's why the Kalistar tend to freak out, because they realize the potential problems. Thankfully, the plane of Dalcor is not expected to enter coterminus at any time. Let's see. King Darth Dave, $50. I am sure that some people are lacking in the Benny needs, and hopefully you're all having fun creating new characters. I've had to create a lot of new characters over the last couple of months because I keep dying. Well, you don't keep dying. Your characters keep dying. Cheers and feature character deaths. We'll find out. Thank you. Thanks, King. Oh, man. I think he meant you guys get a Benny each, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll let him clarify that. And then It's a Mimic says, Mega Reacts is a mimic, a cursed mimic. And that is interesting. That gives me a really good idea.
Oh, actually. God, don't give him those ideas. I'm going to be a Warforged who's really a mimic who got locked into this form.
No. It gives me a really good idea.
Just remind me, you get 5 points for attributes. You can only spend points earned or points gained by hindrances to raise those, and it's 2 hindrance points for 1 die, right?
Correct.
All right. And there's no other way to raise those other than those hindrance points.
Yeah.
And leveling.
All right.
And advancing.
Yeah, leveling up. Yeah. Just making sure I remember correctly here.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. Let's see. I got to get on these goddamn trivia.
I got to figure out, does anyone know off the top of their head if smarts or spirit is more used for a cleric?
Spirit.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Good deal.
The 3 players with the lowest amount of bennies gets 1. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Okay. The 3 play. I think it's everyone. We'll have to have a Benny off or maybe a spirit off. I don't know.
So for hindrances, I went with loyal minor, ruthless minor, and bad luck.
Interesting.
I'll take the one less Benny. I don't care.
Well, then you'll be one of the people who gets King Darth Dave's extra Benny then.
Ooh, look at that.
To start with. Yes, because you're definitely one of the lowest ones. All right, Sharn is best described as, correct answer, a vertical metropolis of towers, 74%. That is outstanding. Well done. Well done. If someone, besides Meta, because you obviously know the setting, is there anyone who understands why Sharn is capable of having mile-tall towers that don't collapse? Well, they do collapse, but they don't fall down. They actually stand straight up unless there's terrorism from probably the Emerald Claw. And if you don't know what the Emerald Claw is, imagine if the Nazis and Hamas had a baby. Oh, wait, that's 1942 anyway. So, yes, that's what the Emerald Claw is. They are terrorist wackadoos who are dedicated to a goddamn death cult, and they will go out of their way to get their way. They were a knighthood at one point during the war, and then they lost their ever-loving goddamn minds. And they are my Nazis, so you guys will be meeting the Emerald Claw because I enjoy having the Emerald Claw around.
Oh, look at
this
that.
question.
The blessing got switched to frost.
Oh, boo hiss. Boo hiss.
Thank you, Dragon.
Dragon
dare
Noodle just
you.
doesn't like you, Mega. I'm sorry.
And this one,
Guess not, you bastard.
right?
Drop
The trivia
the pyramid
question
on your
was
head and
already
flew out.
answered. I can't believe it. I gave Chrysanthemum one, and this one is Mega giving his blessing away. Yes, thanks, Chris.
Well, for my character here, as far as my hindrance goes, aside from jingoistic, I went with amorous as another minor, and
Okay.
impulsive because I feel being impulsive and having basically shaking leg syndrome as an Orion fits very well together.
So anytime you see a pretty woman, you do the George Takei thing. You're like, oh my.
Oh my.
Meta brings up a really interesting point about like the nature of evil and stuff. Yeah, so like you can make blanket statements like the blood of all stuff, but so we'll use Karnath for an example of where things go a little weird. Karnath has paladins, like they have paladins devoted to the sovereign host, which are the host of gods. But Karnath, early in the war, they realized if you can't get mercenaries and you can't afford warforged and you can't do a few other things, what's the best, cheapest way of keeping your people fighting? Well, that's easy. You just use necromancy and you raise the fucking dead. And so that's how Karnath fights. And so in normal D&D settings, having skeletons and zombies on the field of battle, mixing it with paladins would be a, like, oh my God, pearl clutchy moment. But for Eberron, that is completely normal. Even within like the Silver Flame, you would have alignments that are in there that would be evil, but they're not evil to the flame. It's just how they interact with the rest of society would be the evil part of it. With the flame, they're 100% devoted. So yeah, Meta, thanks for that reminder. That's we mentioned at the beginning, but yeah, it's a very evil is not always black and white. There are some very black and white things, and even like the creatures that are meant to be evil in Eberron, like the Dalkir, they're not really evil. They're more like Call of Cthulhu entities, and so it's just you're looking at chaos and madness, and evil is just beyond their care. They do what they do with flesh writing and flesh shaping, things like that. Yeah, DCV Titan is onto you, Rhythm. Yes,
Yeah,
DCV
man.
Titan. That's exactly what he's going for.
Very, very much so.
Dragon Noodle Soup popped $20 for Send Dragon Gets a Benny.
Thank you, DNS.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Stop giving the players bennies; they don't need it.
I do need them.
We absolutely need them.
The more bennies
Totally
you
need
give
them.
them, is the more bennies I'm going to be taking from them. So it's going to be
What we
it's gonna be-
actually need is more convictions.
That is true. Conviction's a hard one.
I might be screwed because I have a major phobia. It's homoclophobia, which is afraid of fog and low visibility situations. I
The entire
subtract
campaign
two-
will be in the Mournland.
I subtract 2 from all trait rolls while in these conditions. So,
Oh man,
this may really hurt me. I may come to regret this terribly.
that's gonna be
know.
so fucking great.
It's terrible. I mean, you don't escape fog in any pulp adventure ever. There's always going to be there at some point. Oh man.
Trying to decide if I want to do something absolutely ridiculous or
Like what?
my edge I'm going to buy for my hindrances, because if you have Warn a Hero and see if you immediately kill my character, because it ignores all rank requirements as long as you qualify for an edge.
Yeah, except for legendary, I think.
Well, that's what my question is, because I don't know if that's from the Tomorrow Legion's guide for Rifts or where that comes from, but that's why I'm wondering about the wording.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I was reading this fucking super chat. What's the question? What's the question? I'm sorry.
The question is basically, if you are doing the Born a Hero and you can ignore something, legendary stuff is off the table or not?
Yeah, it's off the table.
Okay, because the wording of it usually is not. It just says you ignore things, and I'm like, did they think that through?
No, they didn't think that through.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I looked at several too, and it went, "Oh God,
no, definitely not." We'll keep legendary for when you guys hit legendary, and you guys
legendary
have a good shot at hitting legendary in this campaign.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah, I have things plotted out to about the first 15 minutes, and then you guys take it away.
As any good DM should.
That's true. Oh, look at that! How did only 75% of people get the Mournland correctly for Siri? We've been talking about it for 5 hours.
I think the other 3 answers were all me.
Good job.
That's true.
Somehow voted all 3 of the bad ones.
I'm trying to think of like some really fun stuff in there. Like, so the Eldeen reaches for everyone. That's where the orcs live, and orcs in Eberron aren't bad. They actually have their own dragonmarked. And the orc druids, which is predominantly their religion and what they're good at, they're the ones who are maintain the demon wastes where they are. They beat the dog piss out of the monsters. So that's a big thing. It's a big change. Like in Sharn, you're gonna find you'll meet minotaurs and Medusa and shit in Sharn, and they're not there to. They may kill you, but they're not there to kill you. Eberron was ahead of its time by about 25 years. Well, that's not true. 20 years, I guess, based on writing. But yeah, it's just as far as like that true metropolis of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh man, Shadow Marches and Eldeen Reaches are the orcs.
Okay, let's see here.
The wheel on screen.
Mr. Scott. That the edge for the dragonmarked house agent, I still don't have that available for me to see.
That is weird. And let me.
But I'm not sure where I would be finding that because I just haven't found it where I've been looking.
Let me see where it is. Hindrances, edges. Shit. It's the shit that I call agent of the house or dragonmarked. God damn it, I don't remember.
Dragonmarked house agent as a background.
Agent of the house is what it's called. And you have access to it. It's under the orange edges. Well, that's the only edges you see. Never mind. I see all the edges.
There
Can you not see it?
Should I be able to pull my archetype over and have it
Yeah.
linked?
Yeah, you should be able to throw that over there.
Yeah, I put mine on my page. It didn't fill it in the archetype slot, but it did give me the correct skill. It put it in my list of stuff, but it didn't put it on the front page.
All right, good deal. That's probably what was throwing me off.
Rhythm, do you not see this still?
No, but I'm looking in specifically the Eberron edges. Would it be somewhere else?
No, I'll just throw it on your character sheet for you.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't see it. Everyone's set to observer mode on it. That's weird.
Okay, cool. I just need to make sure then that my smarts are D6 and my persuasion is a D6, and I have a dragon mark, which won't be a problem.
Yeah, you gotta get that dragon mark edge. The least dragon mark edge.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
Unless you have multiple edges to burn. All right, we did the wheel spin on screen. because it's easier that way. Oh, the lottery wheel. I don't have the lottery wheel. Let's see. I have what in the add a browser source. Okay. I'm doing things on the fly. Add a browser source. I don't know what this lottery. I don't like the word lottery when we're talking about a place like Eberron. I feel like Carnath and Thrain probably had a lot of lotteries going on. And not good ones. Shit, I don't know how big to make this. It says I have to open the Discord app and all that jazz. It's not showing up, Arudai. It is really weird. Let me try this. Let me just see if I can do this. Any more questions?
Where's the archetype we're talking about?
There it is. Alhamdulillah. I'm going to flip over so someone can spin wheels and all those things. And anyway, we got to see the pulp wheel of fate that we talked about. Delete, bitch. Okay. There you go. It's on the screen. It's on the screen. I think it's on the screen. Oh, it'll be on the screen here in a second.
Someday.
Let's see.
Oh, wow. We're getting the endowment rolls out here.
I know. I just saw that. I was like, what in the hell? I'm old and I need my eyes. It's the OBS browser source. I have it. It should be on screen now. Oh my God, that's terrifying noise. What the hell is that? Just kidding. Does it not put out to the chat?
Look a wheel. No, it just looked over. You can see it now. If you're talking about the wheel on screen.
Yeah, the wheel on the screen. Yeah, I saw it spin, but I didn't see it spit anything out. So see, oh yeah, sorry. Orman for California 20, not California, fucking Canada 20. Oh, California needs to go away quickly. I would make this customary endowment roll, but Mega probably doesn't have one. That feels insulted and backhanded, but I'm not 100% sure. So instead, everyone else roll for endowment. Mega steals 2 bennies from the smallest one. If Mega doesn't have one, then the biggest roll wins. That is a very complicated set of instructions.
You lost me about a sentence in.
Frost wins. I don't know what Frost won.
What did I win?
I
Did I
don't
win
know.
a free trip? Oh, did somebody say get off my airship and just
I don't know.
punch at me? Is that what I won?
Yeah,
Free trip to the ground.
No ticket. I'm gonna Frost won. Okay, cool. Okay. I don't know what Frost wins. Frost, what do you win with the lottery? I'm sure it was explained in great detail, but I don't know what it is.
Don't remember. There was something about the lottery earlier, and I just don't remember what it was.
Frost Lotter. Wait, he gets 4 bennies. He gets 7 bennies and 4 convictions. Is that what I'm reading? Am I reading that correctly?
Sounds like we're just redoing Deadlands here.
Oh, first lottery draw. That is what happened. You're not wrong.
That is exactly what happened.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, first wheel spin landed on Frost. Look at that guy. It's okay. He'll use all of those convictions to repair Warforged.
Yeah, because
yeah, that's in his nature. Yeah,
yep, definitely in his nature. Not
being a Warforged has some drawbacks.
It does, and being I follow the Silver Flame, one of my powers on my list is not repair. So
that's it's fine. Physician, don't heal thyself. It's not a big deal.
It's okay.
Okay, every super puts them in the
WD-40.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, right. You just I'm a tinker toy.
He just spritzes you with WD-40. He's like,
I'm a tinker.
Finger guns. There you go.
Yeah.
WD-40 duct tape. I'm good to go, baby.
Where was
just a bottle of Windex?
It's a mimic. If you can answer in chat, how much do you know about the setting of Eberron? If you know something about Eberron, you'll probably be tracking on what my idea is for the Warforged. And if you don't know, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Meta, don't say anything.
I regret everything.
I know Meta understands the setting pretty well and is probably already tracking on what I'm thinking. Meta, let it be a surprise.
Oh, this was another question I had for you, Scott.
Yes.
I had read at some point, I think it was in one of the book modules that came about, that House Orion has been developing or could be developing like essentially cars, right? Elemental stagecoach.
They have little coach things.
Is that something that I could have experienced at this point? Because I have to choose when getting my dragon mark. I have to choose whether or not I go into driving or riding.
Yeah, you could have experienced that, but I don't want you to waste the skill because the odds of me putting you guys in a fucking coach car is going to be very little.
Okay,
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Sounds good.
And riding is, I mean, driving is still there for the, as weird as it is, it's just, we still use that for the lightning rail.
So driving possibly for the lightning rail as well.
Yeah. Riding is a weird one. That's, it's just an odd one for House Orion.
Well, not really, because they do they have the courier system and all that kind of stuff for most of the house.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if they're just hauling ass on a horse, but
right. And like the whole, I guess, reading into it more, the whole shtick with House Orion is this connection to unicorns, and like when they could manifest an animal like a steed or whatever, it always manifests as a unicorn. There's this whole shtick with that, right?
Yeah. All the house.
I'm not planning on going that direction with it, but I was just thinking about whether I'm doing driving or riding.
Yeah, that's a fair one. I would use driving for the lightning rail because there's even with any elemental conveyance still has some control issues, which the house has learned how to overcome easier. But yeah,
cool.
Your odds of being on a lightning rail train are 1,000 billion% higher than being in some kind of weird House Orion coach thing.
Not even my cool ass James Bond car.
No, not even cool ass James Bond car. Oh man. Right. Oh, let's see. Wait. Basically, everyone roll a D100. Oh, Chris had given me that. Everyone roll a D100, and the lowest person gives 2 bennies to Mega. Okay. You guys can do a D100 rolls. Throw those out.
Type that in. This thing.
Is it /D100?
I can't remember how to type that into this.
Yeah, it should be /R space D100.
Space D100.
Let's do one. Let's see how low I get. Which dice are my dice?
Right.
I got a 42.
Jesus, Mega Reacts going all in.
That's what I do.
42. You might have the lowest one. Frost.
We'll find out. Well, he's a dwarf, and there's shrinkage. It's cold in the Morar. Oh wait, no, it's Irene. Yeah, it's cold everywhere, somewhere.
Mine is actually detachable, and that's what I use for my blade.
Or your mace.
Yeah, mace.
Battle hammer.
Yeah, see, Meta, I'm with you. House Fidalis has all the mage bread shit. So, like House Orion, I don't know. I guess if you're going to do a House Orion courier, but you have enough money, you would just be like, fuck it. I want to use one that can teleport. I still don't understand. I don't understand the writing attribute at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to date back to like pre-dragon marks, right? When it's like
maybe, I don't know. I was Meta on
the rail system and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm with Meta on this. It makes total sense if you're House of Dollars, but like House Orion, kind of whatever. Anyway, Rob, quit rolling your dice where no one can see.
How do I not?
I don't know, man. You click on the world, not the person, not the little spy next to it, not the Corey inside your head icon, the world icon, public world. Dumb bitch.
Look at this. So
can I re-roll then? Can I re-roll?
Yes, you have to re-roll. No one can see what the fuck you rolled.
Good, because that was horrible. All right.
Well, what was the roll then?
I mean, you can technically roll. You can right-click on it, reveal it to everyone.
That is true. Let me do that. Let me see how it's.
Well, we don't need to do that.
If it's really that bad,
well, it's not as bad as Casimir. I mean, not much.
Is it not as bad as Casimir, or are you trying to bullshit your way?
48.
Oh, it's better.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, I can't reveal this at all. I could just delete it, whichever.
I can't delete.
All right, so
you are small.
Actually, I think that works out if I'm reading it correctly. So Frost has to give 2 of his hard-earned bennies bullshit to Mega. So out of the 10,000 that Frost currently has, Mega gets 2. Mega deserves them because he took bad luck, which is pretty sad for a Warforged. I'm certain I'm not going to abuse your fucking non-person.
I am a person. I have a soul.
Mega, have you ever seen Star Wars when the droids try to enter the cantina?
Yes. Oh, I am fully aware of the amount of hatred I may receive as a Warforged.
We're all expecting it. We're all expecting it.
But if I'm not in the cantina, I cannot burn alive when I set it on fire.
Exactly.
What color of fire are you going to use to set that?
Silver, obviously. So I need a reminder on how edges. Do you get any free edges for anything, or you just get the ones you actually buy?
You get a free edge for being a human.
I'm not a human, so
you're not a human. You're a Warforged. That's it.
As well.
All right.
Everything else.
So everything else you have to buy with the points, and you can only buy them with points you get from hindrances.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I thought the setting gave you a free edge. Yeah, Eberron setting.
It gives you a free
background or professional
background edge. And oh yeah, you do. You're right. God damn, I totally forgot about that. Yes, I wrote that down. Because you come from something. I forgot what it was. Where is that? Man, it's been one of those days. Everyone starts with a free background or free professional edge. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, thanks, Rhythm.
Gotta be professional.
Or background.
You could just have a background. Like my free edge is being alive.
Yeah.
Background edges. I don't know what those are.
Orman wants to know what the dragon marks are. The dragon marks are magical tattoos. No, I'm just fucking with you. They're not tattoos, and they are. So long answer, and they're part of they're a manifestation of the draconic prophecy that happened. They didn't all happen at one time. There was a line of events that occurred, and so not every house was created at the same time. So the marks have a least, lesser, and a greater version of themselves, and those marks get bigger and bigger on your body. So if Rhythm has a least dragon mark, that's going to be a smaller one, like a tramp stamp. And then they get bigger at each side step.
Trampy.
And each mark gives you powers. And so at each stage, you get more and more powerful as you go along with that. And every mark is tied to a house and a race. Some marks are tied to more than one race, but like only certain races have the marks. The Warforged don't have dragon marks. They can't. Kalistar don't have dragon marks. They can't, regardless of what 5th edition is trying to do to this setting and rape it of all of its fucking identity. But that's really the big piece of it is they allow you to manifest. And the dragon marked houses went at it at one time, and there used to be a 13th mark, and they're pretty sure they got rid of that mark. And like I said, think of mega corporations. They allow them to do things that would require wizards, sorcerers, to do, but they do it for free. So Rhythm, his mark gives him, I think teleport is your first power. Am I wrong?
It's a choice, actually. So
it's not a choice, it's a list.
Yeah, it's a list, and then you choose one of them.
you should reread that.
That's how it read. I'll double check.
Yeah, double check.
That's how it read to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a Sybaris mark, which is your whole body is covered like you're a millennial barista, but you can't be a dragon. You can't have a dragon mark and have a Sybaris mark. You don't graduate into that. The Sybaris mark manifests at a different time, and it manifests all at once. In D&D, it was the Sybaris mark of Sybaris was a prestige class thing, and in Eberron, it's the same thing. Like the House Orion character, Rhythm will never manifest as Sybaris mark. He can't because he's dragon mark. But the Artificer could manifest a Sybaris mark if they get the right rank, which is veteran or hero, whichever one it is. And then he would spend that advancement on it and say, I want the Sybaris mark. But it's literally everywhere. And everyone knows you're a blessed of Sybaris. And then every fucking house comes after you. Not in a bad way, but they're pretty rare. And then there's the aberrant dragon mark, which is non-dragon mark people will manifest an aberrant mark, and and those marks can't really be advanced. They just have a power setting, and they manifest outside of the normalcy of what the dragon marked houses are comfortable with. The dragons would argue that it's still part of the prophecy. Some dragons, not every dragon. Some dragons believe they're also aberrant marks and they're outside of the prophecy. And if you look at the dragon marks, the powers of the dragon marked houses are mostly beneficial. They really are. The aberrant marks usually manifest into more destructive powers. And then, I don't know, Meta's writing a bunch of stuff in the chat too, and he's lore dumping. Yeah, like dragon marked houses can use like dragon shard devices. It's a whole gamut. And as they evolved, magic just didn't. Everyone's a weird one because everyone thinks it's Magitech, and it's not Magitech. You still have normal mundane stuff, but magic has augmented it to a degree, and so like. I'm trying to think of some good examples. Well, we'll get into that when we do that first adventure. But yes, think of like it's magic wide, and so like you have ever bright lanterns and torches and things like that. And so, Keith Baker covered that pretty well. Is like you're gonna have everyday mundane items will possibly be mage right, and that's the whole thing too. Is outside of the normal spellcasters, there's a whole class of people called mage rights. And they're like minor arcane users, and their jobs are to maintain all of these things. And so I think in D&D they only had one or two little simple things they do, but yeah, it's that's the mage rights job. And every house, like Meta and I were talking about, every house controls a different guild inside of Eberron. And I'm trying not to cough in everyone's face, and I'm racing as hard as I can to the control room so I can mute my. But like House Orion, when Meta and I were talking about sort of like the writing thing, it's House Orion, for instance, is the mark of passage, and they control the Couriers Guild and the Transportation Guild, and every house has that. And then that's sort of where they are. And then all houses have mage rights, but not everyone who works for a house is also dragon marked. So like House Orion has shifters and Kalishtar and everyone else who works for them. They're paid by the house. They work for the house. It's like I said, think of it like a mega corporation, and it's the best way you can really think about the houses. Yeah, Meta, exactly. Like, yeah, you have mage rights who you do dirty clothes, and mage rights just prestidigitate, and and there we go. And that's kind of how it is. And if you can think about it in our world, it probably is going to exist in Eberron to a degree or less. Ormond, hopefully that answers the dragon marked houses. It's yeah, there's a lot to them. They control a lot of things.
Much.
Yeah.
But the things that they control are very limited in scope.
Yeah, Meta. That's right.
A lot of competitors.
Yeah, there's a lot of competitors. They do have cross competition, but not. It's a weird one. Like they'll cooperate when they need to cooperate. The houses respect each other. They get it. They have a whole council of called the 12, and that's their I don't know, like their C-suite, if you will. And yeah, it's and then the non-houses are, I think, petty jealous. I mean, if you're a king, you have power, but these fucking people are running around with absolute power. You know, kings don't invent Warforged to fight a goddamn war and then sell them to every nation. You know, I don't know if you're a king of Breland and you're like, hey, I got these cool ass Warforged, and they show up on the battlefield and Thrain is like, us too. Yeah, it's just like cool. The houses took no sides during the war. Theoretically, that's what they say. No houses. They didn't openly take sides in the war. And yeah, meta. Yeah, there's no guns in Eberron. That's the biggest mistake you can make if you play Eberron. Do not put firearms in it. There's no need for firearms. There is so much more in this setting that you do not need firearms in Eberron. That is the dumbest thing I see all the time. People do. They think I'm going to be a gunslinger in Eberron. It's just terrible.
Yeah, you might, instead of a gun, you'd have a wand that shoots a bolt of force instead of, because there's no need to invent gunpowder and all that, because you already have access to shooting somebody with magic.
Yeah, meta. Yeah, meta. There's some dirty house secrets going on. If you know the role, the Valinor elves are vicious, and they played a pretty interesting role in the last war. The Valinor elves are very good at hit and run tactics. They're guerrilla fighters to a high degree. Man, the Dreaming Dark trilogy, the very first book series, dealt with some stories about the Valinor elves as they were terrorizing the Ciri lines.
All right, just a kind of
what up?
An update on rereading the least. I didn't see anything in there as far as like what it starts with. The only thing is like it has a list, right? It has a list.
It does
of the ones available.
What page is that on? I'll show you.
So the least is on 19, page 19.
Yeah.
And then the list is further down on page 21, right? But it just has an alphabetical list in order of what powers you can grab, as far as like from what I can see. And
Yeah,
I don't mean
it's
side
no, you're fine. So yeah, like where's that stupid ass list? The mark of fucking passage. Where are you? Fly, speed, teleport, and
it just has them in alphabetical order.
So if you look at lesser dragon mark, the adventurer gains access to a second power. Oh, you know what? You might be right.
Yeah, because it's a second power from the list.
You know what?
If there is one.
Yeah, so what would be the first power that you're going to have access to? That's actually a pretty fair statement. Man, the D&D, I will give them that. The Dragon Marks were written specifically for fucking D&D. And man,
they sure were.
Fuck, and it makes it really hard in Savage Worlds, I will say that. Because you're very limited in what they do for power.
Mm-hmm.
Without reinventing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, like I still got to figure it out exactly, but I'm torn between either teleport or fly.
Yeah, because I thought he did it in a way that it made sense, and I guess he did not. That was my bad. I'm a dick.
No worries, man. I want to make sure that I'm not going to do the wrong.
No, you're fine. I thought it was teleport was up first anyway. In terms of
that's how it always was in D&D, right? Like in the
right.
Out, it was always the small teleport stuff,
right? And because like teleport is, and even in Savage Worlds, fly is veteran and teleport is seasoned, so it comes first. Which
but the marks don't have a restriction as far as the rank disparity for powers either. This is crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So make the choice based on what makes sense. Yeah, meta. If you're reading meta, there is a great meme, and it showed the Valinor elf fighting one of the orcs. And if you're inside of Eberron knowledge, the Valinor, these fucking monsters and the orcs are these fucking druids in general. And it was, the thing is one of these people is a warmonger who calls to battle to oppress his ancestors. The other is the orc. That's the Valinor. And they carry scimitars and Double-bladed scimitars. They are the what was that stupid Sith character in Phantom Menace? Darth Maul. They're the nerd boner Darth Maul.
I think you meant bony nerd.
Bony nerds. Nerds love their wackadoo shit. I'm gonna be different. I know I'm playing a cooperative role-playing game, but I'm a loner, and I'm gonna sit in the corners and not talk to people. I'm Ken Kniff from Connecticut.
Why are you hating on my playstyle already?
It's stupid. It's just so beyond the point of playing a fucking role-playing game. Go fucking start a solo in play channel if you don't want to fucking cooperate in the group. That's my advice to all the players if you do that shit. If you want to play some wackadoo shit that's like, oh, you know, I'm the lone wolf. Cool. Go lone wolf your ass by yourself.
It costs 2 hindrance points to get a edge, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Where are the background edges at? I can't seem to find those bastards. Or I'm looking at the wrong ones.
No, that's the problem with the shit ass is because it's not really it doesn't differentiate in the VTT the fucking edges openly. It just has them internally. So, do you have the Savage Worlds rulebook at all by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah, if you go to that, if you just pop that baby open and look at your edges and background edges, and I don't.
All right, I found them in the Savage Worlds. They have background edges here.
Oh,
right,
does it have?
good.
I don't.
Yeah.
Are they all in there?
I'm not sure if they're all in there, but I'm looking at where it says background.
I hope
it has
they're
a
in
list
there.
of edges.
Okay, I hope they're in there.
Also, my other question is, if I get the silver smite edge where I can light up my weapon, can I also use that at the same time as I use the power smite to like double imbue my weapon?
It depends if the edge specifies that as an action or not. I'll look real fast. That must be a power edge, yeah.
Oh, never mind. It looks like whenever I activate the smite power, it'll automatically trigger silver smite.
Okay.
To deal a extra. All right, so never mind. Answer my own question there. Just had to read the power.
Which domain did you take for your artificer? Is that the big secret we're going to let out now that your artificer is actually a cleric?
Me? His
I'm not an artificer. You just threw me off with that one. I didn't know I was a. You telling me something I don't even know?
Not with the Warforged. Sorry.
I say you threw me off there for a second. Like,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, the artificer
can get repair then. Hey.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the artificer is interesting. The imbue powers are pretty cool. Oh man. The loner edge, yeah, it is definitely called the loner. The hindrance is definitely called paranoid. Oh man.
Speaking of paranoid, another hindrance is suspicious. It's minor, but I don't trust people.
Well, that makes sense for a Kalistar.
Yeah,
that makes total sense for a Kalistar. I gotta start feeding more of these things. I think I made too many questions and I'm not going fast enough. Let's see. Elemental airships are most tied to, that's right, House Lyrander. Oops, god damn it. Pop that back out. Yeah, it's the Mark of Storm for House Lyrander, and they control the elemental airships, and they're only half-elves. And yeah, because half-elves actually have a really interesting place. They are, in their tongue, they're the Khorvaire, and they are native to this continent.
These background edges suck.
Yeah. Drasko's best known for healing. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Those guys with those little hands.
That's right. It's all the halflings. Halflings get 2 of the dragon marks. Let's see if chat was paying attention when we had a conversation about this topic. All right.
I'm gonna stick with my original gut feeling on this whole thing, Scott, and I'm gonna go with the ability to fly.
Okay. Okay.
Fancy.
Be careful. That shit runs out.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I guess I'll get alertness as my background edge from the limited choices here.
Let me see if there's something interesting in.
Because there's stuff in the fantasy book too.
It's background or professional, right?
Yeah,
background or professional. Yeah, I know. You can get an aberrant dragonmarked and really piss off the House Orion. Did you get your adamantine body? There's an edge for that.
Yeah.
No, because I wanted to spend some of the points to raid my attributes.
Okay. Well, that's a free. That's listed as a background edge for free.
Oh, okay. I did not.
You can have that for free.
Then never mind. I'm getting that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't take that beyond this point either, which is
once you get to the other side. So I'm glad we caught that. Now you're worth money.
God, we can sell him. We can sell him.
They're gonna melt me down for parts.
Hey, what are we gonna eat tonight? The fucking Warforged isn't a person. You got two hands.
Yeah, he doesn't need that left pinky.
Good luck trying, you bastard.
Trying to cut it off.
You got a pretty sappy Warforged tree mouth.
Good thing you don't sleep, or that dwarf might take something.
And there he stands in the corner, terrified.
I regret everything.
Trouble.
I regret everything.
Yeah.
Is the archetype something to be dragged from the compendium?
You can't,
Yes,
yeah.
it will populate what you're supposed to get, but it will not add the name. So you got to just type in the name in the name
So
spot.
weird. That's so odd.
All right, and a quick reminder here: we're getting 15 points for skills. You can only raise it for 1 point, equal to whatever its corresponding attribute is. If you want to go above that, it costs more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It costs, instead of 1, it costs 2, right?
Yeah. And did you guys actually, your character sheet start with all the default skills?
It did.
Okay.
The default skills, yeah, they were on there.
Oh, thank God. Alhamdulillah. I was doing something with another VTT with Savage Worlds, and it didn't start with that stuff. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah. Reveline to Orion.
Railvein.
Just fucking with you. It's going to be such a long game.
Reveline. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Reveline.
Is it natural?
Yes, actually.
And you took your dragonmarked edge, right?
Sure did.
All right, let's discuss your dragonmark, which is not going to be hidden anywhere. Your dragonmark must be in a place where it can be at least observed on a notice roll with a penalty. So it could be on like your neck. You can have it on the back of your neck, the side of your neck. It could be out in the open if you want, but if you want to try to have it where it can be slightly concealed, yeah, that's not gonna fly with me. You're not gonna have your dragonmark hidden.
The plan was
it can
to
be on your
have
arms.
The plan was to have it like on palm/wrist area.
Oh, so it kind of comes up
from there. Yep.
Okay. You know what I should do is, I guess I could show. Let me find a picture of the mark of passage.
Mark of passage. The best mark.
Come
Come at me, Cat.
When it gets big, it's pretty cool. Is that the least mark? No, that is not the least mark. That is the.
Make your eyes dizzy. Just look at any Cerberus mark.
Dude, holy shit.
I've always, like, one of the things I always loved when the setting first came out was looking at the marks and then looking at the Cerberus mark to see that the least dragon mark was the only real, like, excluded area of marking within the Cerberus mark. I always thought that was one of the coolest design choices for that. Was
it's just
that bit of artwork choice.
It's so dope. Chat, if you go to the Eberron on the Discord, that's the mark of passage from least to fucking wackadoo. Wait, has Rudai been? He's been emailing me and texting me. I've been ignoring him. I'm just kidding. I haven't.
Stop lore dumping, Scott.
No. I'm sure he was asking questions too. He was the one to ask a question about the Mournland. So now you guys have me and Meta in here fucking nerding out and lore dumping and then discussing which flies faster, a Halfleander airship or
the wind. The airship.
I was gonna say a stupid lightning rail, but the lightning rail is actually pretty slow. Actually, I don't think that's true. I have to revisit that. I have all the travel information too, because you guys will need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did we already do the Tarasco? I think she's. Oh, it's just timing it out. Bum, 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 bum. Can't think of anything else about.
Oh yeah, that's
your language. Make sure you guys include your languages. Those will be important.
Where do you put your languages on the sheet?
You have to add them yourself. It's there's a skill I think should be a skill language. Drag it over and make it a 6, and then just rename it as like I don't know, whatever fucking common
something.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, Galifarian,
and then
Galifar.
Bring them each one.
Each one, yeah, up to half of your smarts, and they're all D6s. Like I said, unless you have something that's not found natively in Khorvaire, then it's going to cost you an extra slot.
Yeah, that's totally.
Yeah, slinted. It'll be like slots.
Oh, cool! Every time you drag a language in there, it asks you what language it's going to be.
Oh no, shit! That's impressive. Does it have the Eberron languages?
Mine didn't do that.
I grabbed that from the Eberron. Like I went into the Eberron book, the Eberron skills, Eberron language.
Oh yeah, language, Eberron language.
And then and then it gave you a choice, and then it automatically puts it as base D6 for the language.
Oh, it sure does. Look at that.
Look at that.
You know what? I should have just marked this as a core skill because we're using the goddamn thing, but I'm a dumbass. And I didn't.
Look at you, Foundry, doing something right.
Look at that. Hey, Foundry's pretty good when it's not being programmed by other people.
Things and such.
I'm just saying.
I got a D6 in my smarts, so I'll have what, 3 more 3 languages?
3 total, yeah, including your native tongue of fucking Galifarian.
So when I poured over language, it gave me the D6, but my smarts is 4. Should I change that to 4?
No, your smarts doesn't affect. Your smarts just affects how many you get. You only get 2 languages because you're retarded. I
get 2 plus common, right?
No, and common.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, let me reread that. Make sure. But yes, it should be a total of 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then with a D6, a total of 3.
With a D6, yeah. Which is good because it means you at least speak the languages better than you're smarter. So.
So then with a D6 and smart, you would have 3 total languages, one of which has to be common.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And like Frost and I were talking about, like if his dwarf was from, I don't know, like Siri, he wouldn't get dwarven for free. He'd have to actually buy that because it's like any metropolitan area, he wouldn't have grown up speaking dwarven. He would have grown up speaking common.
Gotcha. Okay.
And everyone better take common. Don't be jerk offs.
Oh man.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah, that works.
Just kill your character until you make one that makes common.
Just like taking a character that can't read. No, keep
right.
Getting you so you can read.
I get it. We had I had a dude who played I think his goblin couldn't read, which is pretty good because the goblin was basically a thief for the group and was convincing everyone that he wasn't a illiterate dipshit until the paladin finally got on with it and was like, "Wait a minute."
Guess I'll go with Celestial as my secondary language.
Yeah, that will not count against you as a extra slot because of the religious devotion.
Yep, it seemed to make sense for being where I'm from.
Yeah. Oh no.
At the
see, Crescent said her Crimson Throne. Crescent said she can't read. She wants everyone to stop making fun of her.
Yeah, she needs to start making characters that reflect the fact that she can't read.
wait, she said her goblin can't read. My bad.
So at the beginning, for being out there, and you said I could either take academics or occult as a D4. I'm gonna go with academics to just raise the base from a 4
Okay.
to a 6.
Nice. Nice.
And this will go to that.
The side coast is 29 has stepped into the house. What the hell was that?
What, buddy? That is this. He wants more bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I brought out some more bacon that I made that I wrapped in foil after making more bacon this morning after breakfast. I have it down here as a snack, and he's been quiet for hours. I
yeah.
rattle the foil, and he's like,
Freak out.
I actually forgot he was down here in the basement with me until he jumped on my desk. I'm like, hey, okay.
Oh, man. Oh, this will be a good question. This is one we haven't really talked about after this other one. Let's see. How you guys doing? For the chat, what do we got so far? We have a dwarf from Roarholds. We have a warforged who is built by Cannith artificers in Syria and then fought on the front lines and deep into Thrain, I'm guessing. Based on that description of your job was to handle the Silver Flame. And a human from House Orion. And a Kalishtar. And Rob, you know you look weird, right?
What do you mean?
Kalishtar don't look 100% normal. Yeah, there's always something odd about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an oddity
yeah.
to him. Yeah.
Right.
You're not deformed or anything, but yeah.
Matter of opinion.
House Kandaric is best known for, yes, warding and banking.
Mm-hmm.
Warding and banking. Makes sense.
Silly
Where do I see the
dwarf.
languages? What, is it
It's in the skill language. When you drag it over, it will
Oh,
populate the list for you.
And make sure to take them off the Eberron for Savage Worlds, because then it'll populate what it could be.
Yeah, I think the skill it's in there is the only language skill it's in the skill list, I think. Don't quote me on that.
5 points left for skills. What do I want?
Damn.
You want all of them.
Man. That is yeah. I mean, you guys, like I said, you guys are gonna have a little bit of a leg up on most normal Savage Worlds characters.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure you're not gonna need it whatsoever.
No, it'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Fine.
We'll be fine, right?
It's gonna be
We'll
fine. Everyone is happy in Eberron. There's no plots a brewing. The Lords of Dust are quiet. The cults of the Dragon Below are quiet. The Delphirs sleep.
There was this huge thing that happened 2 years ago. Everybody is just kind of laying low now, right? Letting us get on with our life.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everyone's fine. The Dreaming Dark, they want to bring happy joy, good time dreams to the world.
Yeah. The darkness is really nice.
As a Kalishtar, Quarry wouldn't be an odd language for me, right? It would be like just
well, you would know because you said you were from there, so no, that wouldn't be an odd language for you.
okay.
You're not native to Khorvaire.
I think I like what we got going on.
The Kalishtar gets psionics for free.
Mm-hmm. Silly
pretty dope.
brain power people,
right? I think Sendragon is basically redoing his Deadlands character to now have psionics and the monk martial arts abilities because now they make sense for the character.
There you go.
Is he going to be a big fat guy too?
No, he's not going to be a big fat guy. And like I said, I don't know if you guys heard, but one of the setting rules in play is unarmored heroes. So if you don't wear armor, you're not going to be at a disadvantage in the campaign because it's very much pulp to not let you get your ass whipped when you don't wear armor. If you're not tracking what that means is if you don't wear armor, you get to add 2 to your soak rolls. So you're still going to get hit. It's just going to be harder to affect you. Yeah. Yep. Soul Knife is very cool. That's true. That's a very cool fucking...
Arcane
Yeah, I guess
background.
that's a question then. I'll
What?
pose because we've already talked to Mega. Mega sounds like he's gonna play a cleric of some sort.
I don't know.
And
Did you take the cleric arcane background, Mega?
Yes, cleric is my background.
There he goes. We got a cleric. Yep. We got a
So, you know.
robot cleric.
Hell yeah.
He's in a constant state of religious turmoil. I don't know how. Do I have a soul? How can I heal if I
What
don't
the
have a soul?
heck, Chrysanth?
Chrysanth dropped 50 bones. We've been too nice to Scott. Scott's still
What?
pennies from everyone.
Hey, dang.
I'll mark that down.
Dang.
I'll mark that
Wow.
down that I have +4 starting
Well,
out.
luckily, the Silver Flame don't really follow a god per se. It's just more
That's
about
true.
you
That's
know,
true. You just follow
more
a little
about
girl.
your inner power. No, she is just the link between the great good of the universe. You
It's true. It's basically Joan of Arc. It's
Follow
the
the
coolest
light.
version of Joan of Arc. Anyway, Rhythm, I'm sorry. You were going to ask an important question.
Well, yeah, no, it was just so Mega sounds like he's playing a cleric now, the Silver Flame, which is actually dope, but also terrifying.
Yes.
And it sounds like Frost is doing some sort of dwarvish artificer kind of person, right? Is that
Some
is that
sort
what
of,
I mean?
yeah.
Some sort of thing along that lines.
Some sort of thing. He's going to be.
Did you take
know,
Artificer as an edge, I guess? That's the question.
Yeah, he took the Artificer Edge, and
Right.
he's focused on, some powers and
Yeah.
the ability to make magic items, even though he doesn't have a lot of power points. He can at least.
Yeah.
He's on the road.
That's true. That's true. So, Rhythm, what's your point?
Well, I wanted to get ask Sendragon because I haven't heard anything beyond from him
He's a
along
Kalishtar.
that line aside from being Kalishtar. Like what
Yeah.
what he wants.
That's
to do
all you
aside
need
from
to
being a
know.
psychic person.
Yeah. Well, the psychic. So I took the soul knife instead. The sign was the other option. The soul knife, I can manifest a psychic blade out of energy to stab
Yeah.
people. But I probably
Yeah.
throw it more than I stab because I don't like to be too close to people because I don't trust them. I took the thief edge. So my thought was like, I'd like to, do breaking and entering or sneak around. Kind of
Oh,
stuff
nice.
like that. But I have
Nice.
some like serious like mental things like the quarry in my brain. Sometimes I refer to it as little brother, and sometimes I think I had a little brother that died in the last war. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. And I'm terrified of Sarlona because they're after me, and they are after me. So. But I did take dark sight, so I can see in the dark. So hopefully my homunculophobia, at least when it's foggy, I'm screwed. But maybe at least in nighttime, I won't be like so afraid.
Yeah. I want to talk about physical description, just so everyone's tracking, because I know Rob was like, what? So to quote, Kalishtar appear very similar to humans, but they have a grace and an elegance that makes them seem almost too beautiful. They're slightly taller than average, and their faces have a slight angularity that sets them apart from the human norm. But these deviations only make them seem more attractive. Stupid.
Ooh.
So he looks like himself. Got it.
Yeah. And Rob, do you follow the path of light?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
as much as I'm aware, like I feel like I have some sort of like between the. I think there's no like there's no edge, there's no hindrance that's actually like mentally ill, but I feel like that he's kind of could potentially be like somewhat fractured.
Yeah, I mean the path of light is really just your guys' fucking Buddhism, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not like let's say I'm a lay follower. I'm not like super like
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh man,
He only goes on major holidays. He doesn't go every week.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't tithe or anything like that.
When family drags him there.
He's path of light when it's convenient. Oh, I can't eat that. I'm path of light.
Exactly.
Is there a discount for path of light here? Right? Do I get a religious exemption from paying taxes? Right?
He's just holding up his card. The Kalishtar? Path light? Okay.
Oh man.
5% discount, maybe? No? Anything. I did take, since I can have with the D8 smarts with Casimir, I did take a forbidden language, not a forbidden language, but a difficult language. So he has his common, he has his dwarven, but I did take Zendrick, the language of the giants.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, giant, awesome.
Because he's been studying so much to try and find out, because the thing that I sent you guys the picture after the day of mourning when he came out. He now has like these weird runes that don't make sense, and this
He
metal
came out.
infrastructure that
Yeah.
is like bonded to his left arm. And he doesn't understand what it is, and he's been researching about it. And he's like, "Well, not giant." But now I know the language of the giants. Not dwarven,
And
it's
now-
not human.
And now House Orion has a target.
And he does, because of that, because he is chosen, he does have a major enemy hindrance that was given to him because of that. So something is hunting him, and he doesn't know what it is.
That
He's
is
hiding in a bottle most of the time.
outstanding, and I'm gonna guarantee we're gonna find out what that is.
gonna
I put up
be
the
great.
I put up the Eberron map for everyone, so the chat and folks who aren't aware can kind of see once again, like, you know, with Khorvaire, you know, being Khorvaire being that northern continent. That's where most of the gameplay usually takes place. Sarlana over to the right, that's where the Kalishtar are currently reside, and that's where the humanity came from. The Lazar Sea is full of pirates and all kinds of terrible shit, and it's the map itself is a little weird how it's distributed out. Arganessen is the continent of dragons. No one goes there. Like, people go there, but it's very dangerous. The dragons are in full control of that area. They don't play games. And there's an island just to the north of it, right there, like northeast of it, Saren, and that's tribes of barbarians that worship the dragons as god. I think that's the fair way of saying it. They are the bulwark of Arganessen. Arenal, that is the home of the undying elves. The creepy elves that escaped Zendrick and the slavery from the giants. They went to Arenal, and they have this whole wackadoo religion. And they live literally forever in one state or another. They're not evil. Like I said, nothing's evil, and it's just odd. And down south is Zendrick, which is the continent of all the fun shit. That's where a lot of crazy adventures take place. That's where the giants' homeland was. They enslaved the elves. The drow still live down there. They don't worship Lolth. They have 3 major tribes, and one of which is like they worship a scorpion kind of creature. Yeah, and those are the big ones. And up north is the Frostfells, and then Everise is down south. And I am intending on getting the party to see almost every inch of Eberron that we can. Yeah.
How are we doing gear? Do we have a set money amount?
You have 500 Galifar.
Okay, that helps.
I assume that just equates to gold, because
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Right.
And I did you guys a favor. I removed all of the bullshit Savage World standard gear that I could, because the fantasy gear is far fucking cheaper, and I don't know why. Like, it is far cheaper than the Savage World's core rules, and I can't figure that one out.
Fantasy?
Yeah, the fantasy one is.
I think fantasy, I think the default is 300 gold, and that might be why it's cheaper.
But like the prices are cheaper though. Like chainmail, like the character I made for the game that you ran for us, the chainmail shirt out of there is like a tenth of the price or some weird thing. You know, it's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, because characters in fantasy campaigns start with 300 instead of 500.
Yeah.
This change matches Savage Pathfinder, and this is price the gears in a similar way.
Yeah.
So it was, so.
Yeah, I think the Eberron book he wrote calls for 500. Am I wrong?
From what I could find in the Eberron book, is basically work with your DM for what you would have.
Yeah, 500 is fine, because you guys have histories, and you're going to have all your bullshit with you at some point, and then we can start slowly selling it off, or your bodies or your mouths, to try to survive, whatever you guys want.
Or my finger.
or your Warforged fingers, your stubby, weird metal wood fingers.
Just that metal is dense.
Well, it's adamantine, right? So now it's like super slick.
It's real tough.
Oh man, yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, I was using the Savage Worlds Eberron book to do an enemy for you guys, and then I ran into like I realized like, uh-oh, there's a faux pas in here on one of the bad guys. Like, damn.
Ooh.
It is what it is.
All right. I think
A
aside
wheelbarrow.
from
Yeah.
I think aside from gear, I'm pretty set on where I'm going with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Oh, the obligation that I have in my house, is that a minor or major obligation?
That's up to you.
Because that was from being the agent of the house.
Yeah. So you take it as a minor, and that will put you. The level you take it is going to tell me what level of you are involved in the house politics.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
All right. Which nation is most obsessed with it? Silver Flame is Thrain. That is correct. 67% of the people were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is doing it on purpose.
Okay. I think I'll go ahead and do it as a minor obligation, only because I was in Siri when like all the when the morning happened, and we're still kind of like trying to figure out where I would still land in the hierarchy after trying to work my way out of all the bad stuff that just happened.
All right, easy enough. That makes your obligations a little less frustrating, I think.
Yeah, because
keep you out of hot water longer.
Yeah, and it's like obligation. It seems like the one that's it's a difficult edge to. It's like being the edgelord of the campaign, right? Like
Yes.
it kind of forces you to work outside of the group at times. So taking the minor one will make that a little less problematic to the group by and large.
Yeah. And then your status as a house agent, that's completely your business. At some point, you figure at some point that your team is going to figure out that you aren't just a beloved scion of the house and you're not an orphan of the house. I'm sure it'll come up and it's just like, oh, before we hit the Warforged doing blowjobs in the alleyway, let me make a call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill every last one of you bastards.
Let me
You're not a person.
You try to pimp me out. We're gonna come to
that adamantine. That's
blows.
gonna be worth something, man. We're gonna make some money. It's not just a regular Warforged.
I'm gonna paint that shit. I'm gonna paint that shit black so no one notices.
He's really taking this emancipation thing to heart.
He wears glasses and everything, stands on the street corners in Sharn and screams.
We'll put
there's a whole thing. Yeah. God. You guys also know as players, you're going to be baited by people talking shit about Siri. It just happens. Because all the nations would have accents. Like Karnath is sort of a German, Russian accent because it's the harder nation. Ondare is more French. They say Siri is kind of Spanish in accent, and then Brayland is English. Is sort of how they kind of wrote out. And Thrain, Thrain is an odd one. I don't even know where I would put
Italian,
Thrain. Maybe. I always thought Thrain would be more French because of the Joan of Arc saga, but I don't know. But it's not really a hard and fast, it's just supposition. Yeah. And Keith talked about it a little bit, but I don't expect you guys to do accents. But I will be able to, since I do know your characters are not from Brayland, you're going to have accents to Braylanders.
I think my character is pretty much done unless I jack something up.
Well, we will find out, because as soon as you guys are done and we log off here, I'm going to pull your characters and I'm going to put them into savage.us or US or whatever the fuck the kids call it, and I'll check them for you guys to make sure.
Yeah, I think everything is right.
I just want you guys to have your full fair share of like what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just the archetypes. Where are they're in the compendium somewhere? I see like the archetypes under the fantasy companion, but those are like just full-on characters.
Yeah. Is that what? No one. Again, you guys weren't dragging
Uh,
characters, were you?
No. I dragged it, but it just gave me the basic cleric shit. It didn't
Yeah.
do my character sheet.
I'll figure it out. I wouldn't worry about it. Where are you, Accent of the Flame?
yeah, I didn't bother with
So my power is going to be healing, sanctuary, which I get those two for being a cleric. And then I pick bolt, smite,
Nice.
and boost lower trait.
Nice, handy. Holy shit, I like it. And then
It made sense.
Yeah, no, those are good ones. You go, oh, fucking artificer. Fucking feel sorry for people.
Yeah, artificers, man, they're the worst.
Good for you.
I ended up taking new powers for one of his things because his power selection is, kind of limited as an artificer, but
Yes.
when he goes to imbue something,
Yes.
that's when it kind of goes to shine because he can slap the Warforged on the chest and add protection, and it lasts minutes instead of rounds.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The imbues are a lot more potent, I think, than people kind of realize at first. It's like, oh no, this with the artificer shines.
Now I have a question. They did mention, they said, oh, it's really easy to learn cantrips in Eberron because people are using magic for everything. How is that reflected kind of in the mechanics of the world? I mean, obviously we can do cantrips of our abilities.
Yeah, the fantasy companion rules, we will have that, but those cantrips are, anything that doesn't. It's just like fantasy companion. Those cantrips would be the things that don't alter combat or someone's status. Oh God, Meta, we were talking about, doing laundry as prestidigitation if you can afford it. Things like that.
Got it.
Yeah, keeping the lanterns lit, the street lights on in Sharn. Let's see what else. I don't know. Yeah, and I have some handouts for you guys, but I won't have those ready for you today because I need your names and all that jazz, and sort of your background, so I can give you your identification papers because those passports are real in Eberron.
Yeah,
so
and
we
take that very seriously in House Orient.
And you guys are some of you guys are displaced persons, so that's a whole different status.
I just think of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. No ticket. Throw me off the airship.
After they push for a while. Oh, he's very heavy.
God, he's so dense.
He's scraping across the floor like that really big piece of furniture. You're like, we're gonna get him to the opening soon.
I carry a sword and a heavy mace, so let's roll.
Oh, right on. All right, so you guys all got your 15 skill points, plus whatever your hindrances were. You got your languages. You guys got your hindrances. You spent your 5 points for attributes, plus any because of your hindrances. Derived traits, those are automatic on the character sheet. And you guys saw that I did open up the aperture for ancestries. I know the chat couldn't see it, but they had some choices that are standard for Eberron that aren't kind of typically used. So they could have played half orcs, goblin, lizard people. Those are all opened up for Eberron, and those are just, they're a little more rare and they bring attention, probably some unwanted attention on you, but those possibilities were there and you guys hopefully saw those. Okay. I think it sounds like you guys are there. You got your gear, you equipped all your stuff. We'll get into that when we start playing. Remember to equip your gear so we don't have the
gear. I'll probably do it just in between if you're okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I get it. You want to take time. The most important piece is kind of getting chat to understand things. Okay, so the next step I need you guys to do, and this is information that for now you're going to keep to yourself. You're going to keep the true nature of these things to yourself. You can put it in a character journal if you want, or you can just write it down, but you'll need to have access to these things. What I want from each one of you is I want 3 things that others know about your character. And one of those things is absolutely true. One of those things is absolutely false. And one of those things is an unfounded rumor.
They're all going to be the same thing. People are going to have to figure that out. Wait.
And these, as far as others, you're intending like not the other player characters, but just others in the world.
Yeah, but yes, yeah, other people who may have heard of you or may know of your by your reputation, but also your party, because we're going to get into that. And
So
you're
give me
going
that
to-
one more time. One that's true, one
One's
that's
true,
false,
one's false, and one that is unfounded
one is a
rumor.
rumor.
Yeah,
Those
when you
are
guys
kind
talk
of
about these,
rumors to be true or false.
it can be true or false. Yes, it's just undecided by you. It kind of gives you some role play wiggle room at this point, and you guys will never tell each other the veracity of these three things, but we will talk about them.
Yes, Crescent. 2 truths and a lie revised.
It's not true, truth, and lie. Truth, truth, and lie is boring. You need to have
Spin
that
the
thing
bottle.
like you kick. He beats horses. I don't beat horses. I beat mules.
It doesn't have to be a horse. It's anything with hooves. It's got 4 legs.
Right? Yeah. I don't stop crying about it.
It's where
Where
the
do these
silver flame
rumors
doesn't
get
hate
started that I
horses.
specifically hate horses?
Oh, let me know when you guys are done with those, and then we will move on to the next couple of questions.
I haven't
Oh,
answered
do you
them
want-
yet. I'm
Oh.
Do you want
thinking
answers
about them at
now,
the
or do you
moment.
want answers?
Yeah.
I have 3 rough
That's
answers for all of them.
3 rough is fine. You don't got to have precise answers as long as you can role play them and explain them.
Like that.
They're pretty good too, I think.
Nice. Nice. All right.
I really like the undecided rumor I'm gonna do. It'll give you so much fucking ammunition to fuck with me.
I love ammunition. It's the best. It really is. All right. I feel the pop quiz questions were too easy. It's good. Actually, that means a lot of people actually know Eberron. I mean, that's good.
Do we send those to you or what do we do?
No, you can just keep them anywhere.
Okay.
Eventually, I'll need all this stuff from you guys, but I'll give you guys your own character journals that only you and I can access.
All right.
Dargoon is best described as a goblinoid nation with Dakani roots, 82% correct. The goblinoid had a massive empire, and they are the ones responsible for keeping some real dark shit at bay. And then it all went to shit.
Mysterious rumor has big gay.
That's fucked up.
They say the Warforged under his armor has 2 holes.
Oh no, goddamn. That is slightly disturbing.
Why he carries so much oil with him.
That is true.
I do not carry oil. Do I need to carry oil? I don't think I'm magic. I'm not truly machine. So I don't think I need oil to lubricate myself.
This is a good one because this is a good question because there's a little bit of mixed interest. DCV Titan, people are not Googling these answers. They would never do that. How dare you? How dare you slander this good chat? Are you guys ready for some questions about your characters' perspectives of the world?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Good.
All righty then. All right. I'll explain a few things away. Now, I am going to start with Frost. Casimir, what is your opinion of the last war, and who is really to blame?
He thinks it was folly, ridiculous, a mistake. He's got more opinions about how it ended, and he honestly, in his conspiracy mind, even though they stayed out of it, he blames all of it on the dragonmarked houses. He's like, "Oh, we're not in the middle of this." You just control the entire freaking infrastructure of the world. You're all going down. So yeah, his opinion is basically, for all their posturing, it is pretty much basically their fault whether or not they want to own up to it.
Okay. All right, that's good. I'm sure House Orion is glad to hear that.
Oh yeah, they love Casimir. That's why everybody's trying to recruit. Oh no, wait, no.
No. Ashen Vec, our Kalistar. What caused the mourning?
I think it was the inspired. I think it was a failed attempt to transfer Dalcor into a coterminous relationship so they could invade.
All right, nice. Very dark and dangerous.
Really cool.
Very dark and dangerous. Let's see. Rhythm? What is your character's name?
Railvein d'Orient.
Stop.
I'm serious, man.
All right, young Master d'Orient.
Not young in this one, Scott. You can't make me this time.
Well, Railvein is not a good name. Not a good name. You must have had rappers or a super influencers as parents. Railvein. Right. Now that the war is over, what should people be doing with their lives?
As a character perspective, what should people be doing with their lives?
Yeah. No shit. Not your perspective. You don't live in Eberron.
Yeah, they should absolutely be trying to solve this the Mournlands issue so that we can reestablish the east-west connection across Khorvaire.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
there should be no other focus than to solve the Mournland so that House Orion can reestablish connection between the east and the west and get these damn Lyrander upstarts put back in their place.
Oh damn, that's actually a really it's a very good answer for dragonmarked house.
You got to get that stock price up.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because you guys are cut off from, there's a whole routes that can be open.
We lost so much infrastructure when that happened.
Yeah. You lost the gray line, I believe, right?
We lost like there's a big old missing chunk of the best part of the rail system, plus the biggest hub between the two. And
all gone.
A couple roads.
All gone.
So you're saying it was a conspiracy and Thronehold did this for land value to make sure everything goes through them.
Well, that's uncomfortable.
No, I don't have I don't have anything along that lines.
I don't peddle
history is written by the winners, right? And these are the people who did the treaty was there. Yeah, weird. Huh?
Just trying. And for the Warforged, for Axiom, do the dragonmarked houses actually make the world a better place, or did they simply make themselves richer?
They made you. Keep that in mind.
They made themselves richer. They have no desire to make the world a better place. The hearts of men are easily corrupted.
This is shit on the only dragonmarked character in the entire game. Has to sit here and listen to this bullshit.
But it is not too late for them.
Been listening to Lyrander propaganda.
It is not too late for them to find salvation through sacrifice.
No, look at that. No, they they had a lot of sacrifice. They lost some Kenneth forges. They're hurting pretty bad. They lost Nakatomi Plaza as one of their major Kenneth soul forge.
No, but that's the thing. They lost it. They didn't sacrifice it.
Oh, that's fair.
It was not of their choosing.
All right, let's see. So, this one is for the Artificer. Who do you think should be allowed to wield and control magic? Honestly,
in his opinion, people who've actually been affected by it. So he would rather everybody had gone through a trial and been tested with it and had it used against them in a controlled way, or experienced it in another way, because otherwise they don't actually know what they're doing to people.
I like it. Rhythm's already like point of order. I went through the rite of Sybaris.
And it was not fun.
That sounds
it was
like
not fun at
something
all.
weird and that would happen in a Las Vegas hotel room or something. What is that?
A little bit.
You get roofied?
For Axiom,
Tiny bit.
especially given your character background, which no one really knows except for me, and we're definitely going to explore all of your character backgrounds as we go through this campaign. Why didn't the gods do anything about the last war? I fucked up the Warforged cleric. He doesn't have an answer.
You fucked up my name. It is Axiom.
Axiom. What did I say? Axiom? Oh, yeah.
So I was like, is there someone else with a name kind of like mine? I don't know. Honestly, I think the gods leave it up to us to forge our own paths, and it's the duty of us.
Now, how do you
us here on
reconcile
this
that?
plane.
How do you reconcile that with the fact that you don't actually follow a deity?
Well, because it is up to people to individually choose what they do, what they choose to become. Gods are not interested in mortal things for the most part. Or they don't have a controlling hand. They lay out the playing field, but it is our choices that determine the fate of our world. Like the one lady who sacrificed herself, to bind the evil demons. It was her choice. It was not a god that made her do what she did. It was her choice and her sacrifice.
All right.
So, I'm still figuring it all out, but he doesn't rely on gods to save lives. It's up to
I like
us.
it. Yeah, your character's like 5 years old. Yeah, you're still trying to process.
I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm still not even sure there really are gods.
That's it's
honest.
fine. I like it.
Still
I like
learning how the color yellow tastes.
Yeah.
Right?
You threw me off with the wrong name.
Everything.
It took me a minute.
It's my bad.
Everything goes in the square hole.
Axiom. There's an M on there, baby.
We got Axios. We'll call you maybe a
That's
cult.
what they called me in the brothel. Axiom.
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 For the College Star, was the war justified at all, or was it a mistake from the beginning?
It was a mistake because the real threat, it comes from Dalcor, and all of this interfighting between these countries is just weakening them for the eventual invasion.
Okay. All right. I like it. And last but not least, for our heir of House Orion, do you really believe the houses deserve the power they hold? Or are they simply just too big to challenge?
We absolutely deserve it. I am marked with a piece of prophecy. Of course we are deserving of our place in this world.
Dare you piece of shit.
Like that is a question and a half, Scott.
No,
that's
yeah.
question. But yes, I am all on board with the house situation here.
Okay.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
You know what the good thing about houses are?
I didn't
houses can burn down.
I didn't
definitely drink the Kool-Aid.
My mother's milk was the Kool-Aid. I was born from the Kool-Aid.
The Zill gnomes. Yes, this was the Zill gnome question was pretty good. It got some people. They're connected to a massive intelligence network. When you walk around Zilargo, you are basically followed by bad people, and they do a lot of terrible shit.
The gnomes in this setting are so terrifying.
They are terrifying. Yes,
I love them so much.
This is the only house I don't want to be on the fucking shit end of the stick with. Like Thorani and Phil Ireland, I get it. They got the Mark of Shadow and they can do some terrible shit, but goddamn, House Civis will wreck your shit, and especially Zilargo. Goddamn,
know everything.
So with that, those are the last of the initial questions. Your characters are made and created. We are going to, when we start playing the actual session, you'll see how we do this, and we'll start digging into your backgrounds and what your characters are, what they're made of. And as we go along, we'll begin to explore those rabbit holes. And before we take off and I end this little session, I will tell you this. Let's transition out. And let me find, oh, I lost it. So as we get started, which I believe is going to be on the 28th, am I wrong, of January? That's when we're all playing.
If you say so.
Well, because no one can be around next weekend, I thought. 18th is the no-go.
The 18th is a no-go for me.
So
The
okay.
weekend after that is the
25th,
25th.
25th.
25th, you're right. I'm retarded. I don't know dates. Ruda and I have a similar problem. We just make up dates in our heads. So the 25th is going to be when we first start playing. And when we pick up there, we will pick up in Sharn, and you'll be in the waiting area in Moorgrave University. You have been asked for an audience with a old companion of yours. She is a gnome antiquarian and currently a professor here at Moorgrave University, and her name is Professor Agila Jandix. And with that, we will transition happily into.
I'm into it.
I'll get all the names for you guys, but that's what we'll pick up. Is you'll be. She has asked to see you, and you are in her little waiting area just outside of her office. Chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the poll. Thank you for all of our experts in. Oh my God, Eberron. It has been great. I cannot wait to keep up this pace and this goal. If you like pulp adventure, fast moving, Eberron is going to not move slow at all. We're going to build on the characters. I promise these guys that we're going to explore every facet that they want about their characters. And so with that, we will close out the character creation. We'll double check everything. I'll make sure the math is okay for you guys. Because I want everyone to, like I said, have a fair start, fair shake. You just rhythm, let me know when you get your gear all done up, and then I'll go through and it really doesn't really matter. Gear is the least of my worries. Yeah. To be honest, I just check the math, make sure you guys have what you need. With that, let's go around and say our goodbyes. We'll start with Sendragon.
Yeah, super fun to be here. Happy. Thanks for everyone for contributing. I appreciate the generosity of all the chat members, and I'm really looking forward to the chaos and pulpy adventure that's going to ensue.
Yeah. Rhythm.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Scott. Thank you guys for also joining me in this game. This is going to be so much fun. Oh my God, I've been jonesing really hard since learning it was going to be Eberron and that I was going to be able to play in this setting. You guys can find me on Start Playing at Rhythm RPG. I'm also over there on X doing little things here and there. You can find me here as well on Moonskull, not only in this game Sunday afternoons, but also Saturday evenings on Crimson Throne, where we're having tons of fun over there. I hope you all can join us on this journey as long as Scott's gonna let us continue on, because man, this is gonna be fun. So yeah.
This is literally the endless campaign.
Right. And specifically, thank you everyone for your super chats. We really appreciate it. This goes a long way towards helping this channel reach more people and things like that, so that we can make sure that the people out there that want to see gaming like this can see gaming like this. It's really all about your views, the way you guys contribute and things like that. So big thank you to chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Mega's our joiner. Mega will do you last. Because you're two special guests. Frost.
I don't want to do anybody. I'm Frost. You can find me all over Moonskull and other places. You can find me on Tales of the Dragon's Tavern. And, now here on this show on Moonskull. Yes, chat is awesome. I love every single one of you. The one person I don't, you know who you are. I'll let somebody figure out. Somebody will be like, wait, is it me? Me?
What
I'm
did I
gonna get so
do?
many messages. Oh my god!
Oh,
And
God.
it's gonna be entertaining to when we start playing because yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
opinions.
Yes, it's gonna
Couple.
be incredible. Chat's gonna make you guys' lives miserable, and I'm here for
Yes,
it.
it will.
And
Yay!
Mega reacts.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I already regret everything, but I will see it through at this point. You can find links to all my socials on megareacts.com, YouTube, Patreon, almost to 19,000 on YouTube. So go over there, check me out, give me some love. And you can also find me running a game on the Savage Talk channel, Miami by Night, a little Vampire the Masquerade game. But I'm glad to be a player and be able to have some fun here. And this is going to be a blast.
Yes, I agree. Yes, again, thank you, chat. It's been outstanding. You guys have really, really helped today. Keep the energy up. That was outstanding. I'm looking forward to the game. Like I said, Eberron, I love it to death. I think this is going to be a campaign that's right up everyone's alley. When I say it is literally endless, it literally is endless. I just have a couple of ideas, and then the players will get to determine what they want to do. There's a billion different things you can do in Eberron. There are whole campaigns that never leave the city of Sharn, for instance, and so it's one of those things. Thanks to the players, you guys are awesome, and I'm glad you are willing to give me another shot, even though you killed yourselves in Deadlands. That wasn't my fault. But also, I don't pull punches. I don't pull punches. Yeah, you can find me on Thieves Guild Games here on YouTube. I haven't made a lot of snarky videos lately, except for my Eberron videos, talking a bunch of nonsense and shit about how people play Eberron. And then if you're interested you'll see the Persona deck in action. It's a deck of cards. It's divided into 4 pieces, basically a voice, a body language, your motivations and your tension. I use it for NPCs on the fly. I'll show the chat how it works. I have a script written for it here. And if you want to pick something up like that for your game table, also it comes with a script for Foundry and the digital copies. Basically, you just flip down one for each, and that tells you how you should play that NPC at the moment. And it gives them, it helps GMs do shit on the fly instead of, hey, you meet an NPC. Okay, what are they like? Oh, they're just like the other 500 NPCs you wrote. So that's the thing. All of our works are on Drive-Thru-RPG. I have to show myself because I literally just got the card deck in the mail. But yes, chat, I look forward to this. And Meta Maniac, I'm loving it. Please stay in every game you can. The depth of lore is going to be invaluable for people. And when the chat starts spinning those donations and starts spinning that pulp wheel of trope death, it's going to be that. It's going to be badass. And people like Meta will be able to do a really, really fun shit because the more you learn about Eberron, I think the more you grasp about how the setting functions. And then those tropes don't just become simple things. They become, oh, no, what I want to have happen is, the symbiote that they're attached to is going to swing off the thing, and then they're going to go across this pit, and inside the pit is, Carnathy crocodiles that were, built with dragon shards, and they're powered up like time bombs and things like that. And you really start getting into it, I guess. Look at everyone's faces, like, no, like, yes.
Wow, I'm just thinking I need to raise my agility.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now you're fine. You're fine. You got adamant. You got an adamantine body. You're fine. You're fine.
It's not like a stink.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I'll have to decide if you're unarmored or not. And I think you're totally armored. But yeah, thanks again, everyone. It's been great seeing you. We're going to try to keep these sessions down like we did for Deadlands. If that disappoints you, you can let me know. I'm sure I'll read it and take it under advisement. I get it. If it's going good, it's going good. But I don't want to drag things on as well. Other than that, again, I look forward to seeing everyone on the 25th at same bat time, same bat channel. Other than that, we out.